Let's go.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is AgriBusiness Tonight, a show where we talk about maps, news, and mods. I am joined here by my co-host, WillTGaming. Will, how are you doing here tonight?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent,
How are you?
excellent. I'm doing fantastic. We are just getting ready here, getting a few things all set up, ready to go so we can get the show underway. I see Jody out in the chat there. Jody, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. Okay,
Oh, it didn't save.
Aw, what'd you do? Did you break it?
No, because I was going to use the picture that you posted up on Facebook, and I saved it under a name, and now I can't find it because I was going to put it as mine.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Go figure. It's okay, whatever.
What am I gonna do with you?
I don't do. I don't know. I don't know what I do with myself. Yo, what's going on, YouTube? WTG here. How's everyone doing today? Also known as the FS Encyclopedia. We are also joined here by BDD.
How's it going, everybody?
And man, do we have news to talk about. Ooh, news and mods.
Yeah, we do. We got
Right,
oodles and oodles of news to talk about.
Okay. So do you want to start with mods as usual, or do you want to do news first?
You know what? Let's go with the tried and true.
Go with the what?
Tried and true. Let's go with the mods.
All right. Ooh. Vision Ellis better. I'll be watching for a bit. Nice.
Awesome.
I guess go refresh this. And then I gotta drag and drop so that everyone can see what I'm doing. I got somebody messaging me right now. Why? It's always that thing, man. There's always.
There's always something.
Yeah, there's. No, it's actually a friend of mine that said he got a new number. He just wanted my number so he can get a sign. Okay. All right. We're starting out here with the Class Lexion 500 series from EED 123. This is going to be 141.78 megabytes to download. I absolutely love this.
This does look like a really, really solid mod. And if you take a look, 141 megabytes though. Like my heart just kind of jumped out of my chest for a second there.
Well, there are. It comes with 2 header trailers, 2 combines, and then 4 headers.
Oh, for sure. Like, I get where the size comes from, but I don't know if I like that. It doesn't necessarily change anything for me, because although, yeah, it's a great model, it looks amazing. You know, you can see it down here. It's got all sorts of different options, tire choices, and the whole 9 yards. Different configurations, it looks like, for the hopper and all that. It's just one of those, like, 141 megabytes, though.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. No, so it says Vision. Vision says I go into this app on VR where I can watch you and Bull at the same time. LOL. Nice. Nice.
The best of all worlds, bowling and AgriBusiness Tonight.
Right. But I mean, overall, I definitely give this pack a 5 out of 5. Me personally.
Oh, look, if all I was doing was grading the mod, I didn't care about size and stuff like that. 5 out of 5 all day, all night. It's a beaut. It's an absolute beaut. But from that console player's perspective, 142 megabytes. Nah, I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Yeah, I get you. No, I mean, I haven't installed on mine, but no, I get exactly right where you're coming from with that one. Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Alpego KF7 300 by Peppa978. It's going to be 5.52 megabytes to download.
3 meters.
3 meter working with alert. 3 meter.
Boop, boop, boop. Danger, Will Robinson.
I cannot wait for the day for me to get like one of those Steam Decks because I can just push a button and go beep, 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 beep. 3 meter alert. Danger, danger.
Yeah. I mean, look. It's 6 megabytes. It's not that bad in the file size. It looks like it leaves behind a nice cultivated state, even though it comes up as a subsoiler. So that's actually really nice. All in all, I mean, if you're looking for a small subsoiler that's going to give you the plowed state and a cultivated look, then yeah, this is going to be a solid one. So I would install this.
There's actually a hidden feature with this.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So the back part, like the part that you don't want to be under if it goes over top of you.
So the whole tractor.
No, so like the tool itself, but like the back piece with like all the spikes that basically break up the soil.
Yep.
That part actually detaches.
Oh.
And then if you detach that and you just run the front bit, it actually plows. It gives you a plowed state. It doesn't give you a cultivated state, but then when you actually attach that, it gives you a plowed state. A plowed state, but a cultivated look. So
I like that.
I do. I wish it was bigger.
Yeah. I see. I've always liked the concept of these kind of subsoilers where it gives you the plowed state but the cultivated look, because I think the cultivated look just looks nicer in just my opinion, just the kind of aesthetics. But I mean, I'm not gonna get this to just go at 3 meters just for a cultivated look. Like, no thank you. I'm gonna go at the 9, 12 meters and just be like, okay, it's plowed, I'm happy.
Like the smallest I'll go is 6.
Yeah. Yep.
So, let's see here. Next one is going to be hand lawnmower, or AKA in the States, push mower. This is by JMZ. This is going to be 4.20 megabytes to download. I passed on this, like, big time.
So,
just an FYI, anybody who's using this, if you have the side discharge, like, where is it? Like right here in this picture, I'm going to have my cursor over. It doesn't actually go out the side; it goes underneath.
Okay, I mean, I'm okay with that.
So,
but I mean, 5 megabytes to install. Look, if you're looking for a small lawnmower and kind of that immersive feel, then this is going to be a mod for you. But this is going to be one of those where it's going to be a hyper specific, use case. Very small in the ways of work area and stuff like that. So it's just going to be one of those kind of immersion builders, and that's about it. For a console player, I think I'm going to be able to find the 5 megabytes better used somewhere else.
Right. Well, I mean, for me, when I see this, like if you're doing like an RP, a role play, and it's landscaping, then yeah, 100%.
Yes.
But I mean, you're not going to take that out and mow the largest field of like Elma, Missouri.
Unless you were a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, right.
No, see, I mean, and you're 100% right. You're 100% right. For role playing, things like that, it makes a world of sense. The one thing that I've never really understood or cared for these is that we get these small, really itty-bitty implements that we can take and get into nooks and crannies all throughout the entirety of the map. But we don't have things that are going to equally be able to follow up afterwards to collect that stuff, that's in those nooks and crannies. We don't have, tethers small enough to be able to get, hay into the corners of, these itty-bitty areas. We don't have windrowers. We don't have forage wagon, like all these different things that you would use to pick them up off the ground. Now, yeah, you could get in there with maybe a small bucket and you kind of shovel it up and all that stuff. But I mean, even that's going to be really difficult if you like really go ham and get into the really tight areas. Like, to me, like I said, this is just a very kind of immersion case scenario and a pass for me.
Oh, FYI, Elma might be released next week or this week, or however you want to say it. So I'm excited. Okay, real quick. Well, before we continue, so I have a farm build going on my Xbox on Frankenmuth.
Okay.
I'm probably still gonna keep that because I put a lot of time and effort into that. It looks really good. Like, you wouldn't even recognize it. All right, let's see here. Next one is going to be the Lizard JR Vineyard Pack by As Bunker. I think that's pronounced it. It's going to be 14.57 megabytes to download. Now, I personally am going to say a hard pass because I don't do vineyard work.
Hard pass. I mean, 15 megabytes and you're getting a sprayer and you're getting, I believe, a mulcher out of this pack. It is what it is, and if you're into grapes, then more power to you. This might be something that interests you, but this is grapes. This is essentially grapes, and you could theoretically, I guess, use it for olives as well. But I mean, it's just not something that I ever use, ever do. Is grapes and olives. So hard pass all day and night on this one.
They look fantastic, though.
Oh, it really does. Like, again, they look amazing. They've got great model work and, the whole 9 yards. It's just the product itself is not something that I do, so hard pass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. So the next one is going to be the Devour Trees. This is by Raleigh Christie 1 and VS Modding Sir. This is going to be 3.45 megabytes to download.
Big Daddy Likey. Big Daddy Likey.
See, the only reason why I was using this on Frankenmuth to get rid of some trees is because we don't have the Trex yet. I would prefer the Trex, honestly.
Oh, yeah, no, look, I like this for multiple reasons. The reasons I like this is that because I'm a content creator, having something like this available to me in-game makes it to where you're able to get things done quickly behind the scenes. And that's what I very often use this for is, hey, I'm, in my story, I'm having to clear out a bunch of trees and I'm creating wood chips from them. But I'm using this, really big, over-expensive, piece of equipment, and I need to, take my time and cut a tree down and pick it up with the crane and move it onto the belt and feed it in and delimit and all this nonsense. What's going to be easier? Is it going to be easier to go and get that machine and go through and take hours upon hours upon hours, or is it going to be easier for me to get this at $25,000 and be able to shoot out a whole bunch of wood chips? I can create a big old pile somewhere if I so choose and go from there. I'm going to go with this all day and all night. And for 4 megabytes to install, I mean, this is a game changer mod for me personally.
Besides that too, just an FYI for anybody who hasn't used this and wants to use it, it is loud.
Yes.
So just an FYI.
Take off your earphones before you fire this thing up.
Don't do what I did. I had my TV set at 16 for volume, and the only thing I heard was and it just got louder. I'm like, oh, my ears. So I had to turn it down.
And of course, it's that perfect pitch and frequency that's like ear piercing.
Let's see here. Yeah, I grabbed that though. It's been very, very helpful. Next one is going to be Slurry Spreaders. This is by Smetty. This is going to be 1.15 megabytes to download. I like this. The reason why is because you have 3 different options. So like in the first screenshot right here, you can see that you have a slurry plate where it just like goes, it just squirts out, like spreads. Then in the second screenshot, you can see it has like the double. So the ones that like pivot back and forth, which I cannot stand. And then on the other one, you have the single. So it's definitely a variety, and that for being only 1.15 megabytes to download, it's very universal.
Yeah, 100%. And it's dirt cheap. $1,000 to buy. It goes out to 16 meters. If you are a slurry spreading fool, then this is a good attachment to have because you're able to just get through it and get through it cheaply. And I mean, don't know if anybody's noticed here, but that's kind of the mainstays of what I look for when it comes to mods. Can I get it cheap? Can I get it to do the job and do it well? So yeah, this one for less than 2 megabytes to install, 16 meter working with, $1,000 to buy. Yeah, you got to get the front tanker and all that stuff, but all in all, this is a brilliant mod. Absolutely love it. Yeah, good one to pick up.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Next one is going to be, I look out for this. That's going to be the WIFO HMZ pallet fork pack with tension belt. This is going to be 1.51 megabytes to download. This is actually kind of interesting. I mean, I personally don't use this only because if I'm going to do pallets, I do it the right way. But I mean, for people who don't like using like the pallet forks, but likes using them, but wants to be able to pick up the pallets, great pack.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, 2 megabytes to install, and you get all the standard equipment to be able to fork around pallets and stuff like that, and to kind of have the cheat mode engaged kind of thing. I mean, based on the kind of screenshots, you can kind of see here how it really doesn't appear to have collisions on the actual forks itself. So it's really reliant on the tension belts that are within the system there. So I like it. I think this is a really good alternative for those who are not really big into the whole pallet game. And with Farm Sim going from, basically from 17 to 19, or I'm sorry, 19 to 22, where we kind of went so heavy into pallets and slinging them around and needing to be able to use this kind of equipment, this is a good alternative.
Yeah. Speaking of the no collision, there's actually a way you can turn that on and off.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
which is awesome if you ask me. I mean, you can get that kind of sense of reality, or you can just say, you know what, no, I'm done. I don't want to deal with it. And again, for somebody like me, I'm looking for those things that have the sense of realism to them, on camera, but off camera, I'm looking for things that can speed up and make things quicker.
Yeah, like on your live stream. Well, I mean, you never said that I couldn't use this. You said I had to pick notifications.
Hey, though, in all fairness, though, I was getting picked on.
You are.
So I had to be creative.
You did. That was pretty good. Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Lizard Medium Silos Pack. This is by DH Modding. It's going to be 16.74 megabytes to download. Now this capacity is 5 million to 10 million liters.
A lot.
Just your grains.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like it because it looks very, very good. But this is more of like your South American kind of style.
Yeah. No, it looks fantastic. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. The details on the corrugated metal and all that just looks fantastic. I mean, yeah, if you're looking for a good South American style silo system and you're looking for ridiculous capacities, now it's a ridiculous price too at 300,000 to start, 450,000 to finish. Like
Yeah.
it adds up. It adds up quick. But I mean, this will be kind of a good one for a map like Matopiba.
Yeah.
Would fit in perfectly on that map.
Is it just mirrors? It seem like placeables look way better in 25 than they did 22.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Old Storage Barn. This is by JM Gaming. It's going to be 18.14 megabytes to download. This is it is under silos, in case anyone's wondering. The price is $24,000. It holds 600 bales and pallets. I absolutely love this.
It looks fantastic. It's just that kind of rustic, old-looking barn that's still used to date, for your bales and your pallets. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, it is a high megabyte though for almost 19 megabytes to have this. That's a lot, but you can see where all the detail comes in, that kind of weathering on the outer perimeters of the building there, on the outside of it, the shingling and all this. Like, you get this really solid looking model. Definitely a good one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna forget what I just saw. But all right.
Okay, I need to catch up with the chat just really quick here. So give me one sec. So Jody asks, "How's my day going?" Going fantastic, bud. Hope you're having a fantastic day as well. Jody says some good mods, 100%. Jonah, how's it going, Jonah? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hello, friends. We got what is this? I think that's Yanni Stalbeats with fire. Yanni, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Liz Hunter, good evening. Liz, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We got Jonah with a $4.99 super chat. Jonah, thank you so very much. Greatly appreciate it. Says, WillT, I still think you secretly work for Giants.
Why does everyone think that?
I had to get to that one because I saw that and it's like, okay, I'm going to read that out loud. We got a new subscriber, Ken Gann. Thank you so much, Ken. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Oh, and my last message just disappeared, so I'm all caught up.
Yeah, I turned around and saw Bree, like, I won't say chugging, but drinking out of the 2-liter Dr. Pepper.
Why mess a perfectly clean glass when you've got a perfectly good vessel?
She looked at me and did like a wave. Oh, she's awesome. I love her. Let's see here. Next one is going to be Old Metal Shed. This is by Carrick. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's going to be 2.68 megabytes to download. Price tag is $10,000. I mean, this is a hard pass for me.
I'm trying to figure out something on my end because I think something's frozen.
Yeah, I'm watching your live stream right now and it's just stuck there.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why. You go ahead and keep on rocking and rolling. I'm going to figure this out real quick.
Well, this shed right here, that's literally just an open shed on all ends. So if that's what you're looking for, cool. I mean, it's a hard pass for me. The next one is going to be the Biotank by Grimlock RRC. This is going to be 1.68 megabytes to download. This is just a sell point. For anyone who's wondering, I thought this may have been a production when I first saw it until I read into it. But no, this is just a sell point. So if you're looking for a sell point, you still frozen?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Ah, there we go. I figured it out. Bam! Look at me. Look at me go. I am so smart. SMRT. Where are we now?
So
The
we just went over
biotank.
that shed.
The
Yeah,
t-
so we just went over that shed, and then I'm just finished up with the biotank.
All right. So yeah, the shed. Just to kind of backtrack, just real quick, 3 megabytes to install. It's a shed. It's a shed. You know, you can throw stuff under it. You can store your equipment. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's frozen again. I have no idea what's going on, y'all. This is a new one by me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are having some problems, technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I don't know why. This is definitely new.
Is like it frozen on stream, or is it like frozen on the page?
Yeah, no, it's actually like frozen on the image of the previous page. Like, I don't know what's going on. I
That's weird.
wonder. Here, let's try this.
Just
Let's
try
go
like
here. And minimize that. Okay. And now this. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I am doing my best. No, hey. Oh, why did that happen? Okay,
hopefully.
I think, maybe. Okay. All right, so yeah, the biotank. So 2 megabytes to install. It's a sell point for manure, liquid manure, digestate seeds, solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and herbicides. 30,000 to put down. I like it. I like it. I think it's a nice looking model. It's just using the basic kind of biotanks, but it's a sell point at the end of the day. But for these specific products, you don't get these kind of base game to sell. So to have
Right.
a additional sell point is nice. Now we got the sell everything, so we got the additional sell points like the warehouses and things like that that you can utilize. But this is just one more option to give you some more fluctuation.
Right. No, I 100% agree. Let's see here. Next one is going to be old brick garage. Put my teeth in. This is by Keurig. This is going to be 12.45 megabytes to download. It's going to be $25,000.
So 13 megabytes to install. It's approaching the kind of crossing point for me, the kind of tipping point. At the end of the day, it's a shed, but it looks amazing. You can see all the multiple levels of brickwork in there, the different styles of bricks, the different thicknesses of them. You got the wooden door frames and the whole 9 yards. Like, it looks so good. So I see where that 13 megabytes is coming from, but at the end of the day, it's a very small brick shed that may be able to fit a small-ish tractor. It's going to be a pass for me.
Right. Oh, yeah, 100%. So your next one is me placeable tire tracks. This is by Agra Cadabra. Love the name.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be 1.63 megabytes to download. Don't we already have something very similar to this?
So we've got something that looks more like stones and kind of gravelly kind of textures. This is the first one where it's kind of like the rubberized kind of tire marks that you'd leave on like concrete and stuff, as far as I can tell. And yeah, I mean, I love this. I absolutely love this. 2 megabytes to install. And you can see the drastic difference between these two photos. I'm just going back and forth just real quick here. I mean, if you're looking for that high level of detail to where it just looks like something's lived in or something's being used, this is a perfect mod for you because, I mean, again, you can just see the distinct difference between something that looks like it's never been touched, nobody's ever used it, and you're expected to believe that this is a fully functional, like in this particular instance, it's a biogas plant, but you're supposed to think that, yeah, this is a fully functional biogas plant. I'm here all the time. There's tons of people that it's going to be in and out of. No, like this creates immersion, and I love that.
Right. I like it too. Don't get me wrong, but I think we already have something very similar to this already. The only difference from this one and the other one is that this one gives you an option, so you can either have it when you place it down, it goes with the terrain, or you got the other one that doesn't.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
got a couple different options. Next one is going to be Farm Fence Pack. This is by Holtz FS. This is going to be 5.59 megabytes to download. I love this pack. Absolutely love this gate pack.
It looks really sharp. I mean, 6 megabytes, it's a bit much for fencing, but I mean, it's a simple barbed wire fencing. You know, you got the little, what looked to be like 4x4 studding in between and barbed wire. It looks great. You know, it's simple, it's, clean. The gates themselves are, just, again, basic. And it's something that you would see very commonly used on most farms. I like it. I would install this, absolutely.
I did. Let's see. Next one is going to be Ground Markings. This is by Andy Modding. It's going to be 2.84 megabytes to download. I pass on this.
Same here. 3 megabytes to install. It's not a size issue. It's how do I say this? I I don't have OCD enough to where this would be like necessary for me.
Right.
So for me personally, this would be a hard pass. Just because, like I said, it's just could not see ever using this like for anything. Like I do see the
Right.
example here with the parking. That one adds up to me. But you've got like the kind of X's on the ground there, and you already got the X on the side of the building. You got the stop sign in the middle of the street, kind of thing.
Yes.
Like you've got the hearing protection, like enter the building here, like all these different examples that like would be on the ground. It's like half of these would never be seen on the ground, like the crossing of tractor, the men at
Exactly.
work. Like a lot of these just don't make sense to be on the ground, kind of thing. So
I
again, pass.
I am gonna say one thing, Mr. Silly P on this video. He specifically pointed the one out with the tractor, and he goes, "Oh, this one looks very nice, doesn't
And you know what? I could see him installing it just for that
it?"
reason and that reason alone. Is that way he could just start stamping it all over the place on his farm. It's like
Yeah.
this is my farm, and don't you forget it.
Right. All right. So we do have a couple updates, but I'm only going to go over a couple of them because I know we stated we're definitely maps. So the first one is Palanque. That's by Barton's V3. It is going to be 183.87 megabytes to download. Changelog 1.0.0.1. Fix a problem with soft asphalt. Added collision on large pillars. Increased space in the machinery shop.
Good update. A good solid update. It was some things that I definitely noticed when doing my original map tour. So the fact that they were able to, get rid of the soft asphalt because your tires would sink below the asphalt in certain places,
Mm,
and the increased size of the machine shop, that's both really solid stuff. The collisions on the what I believe are essentially just the telephone poles or the electrical wires.
uh,
I mean, yeah, that's nice, but it is what it is. It's not a make it or break it for me. But solid update.
right. Next one is going to be Tassie Farm. This is by Carl TG and Wiki Plays. This is going to be 282.71 megabytes to download, and it's going to be changelog 1.0.1.0. It's removed random trees in field 4, increase the price of farmland to fair price, change the peat a fair price, increase speed traffic, increase traffic speed. Wow. Put my teeth in. Fix some collision issues, added dried peat, added ability to dry peat, added ability to use trailers, buckets for peat, fix meadowgrass not mowable. And thanks to Yamo and Finn Farming Sim, for making the peat system more realistic, new save is required. Um, the one thing, because I saw your update for your video, you
Yep.
mow the bushes down.
Yes. Yes. So this was a huge update, and I'm totally on board for it. I'm so glad it's here. You mentioned the trees in Field 4. That's all fine and dandy. I mean, that's something that could be taken care of with a little bit of work, but not a big deal in my opinion. The rest of this is huge. Now, before I go on with the rest of this, again, big word of warning: this this map is paired with another mod. It's the peat system that goes with this, and it says that, oh well, they added the ability to dry peat, and added dried peat as a fruit type and all this stuff. Like, yeah, but that's all because it's contingent on having this additional pack, but it's not a required mod for this map, which that drives me nuts. I'll be completely fair on that one. The fact that it's not a required mod, or which I understand why, it's just one of those where I completely forgot when I was installing this to do the update video, and it's like, oh well, why am I not seeing the ability to dry the peat? Why am I not seeing this? And it's like, oh wait, there's an additional mod that you got to go and get. So, anyways, but no, this is huge. They fixed the prices on the peat itself. I think it was like 60,000 was the top end of the literage price. So 60,000 per 1,000 liters. You could literally make one full pass on the peat field, just one strip, and you'd pay off the amount of money that you needed to invest to get all of the equipment, and you paid off all the money that you took to buy the land in one strip, in one pass. You paid off everything. That's how broken it was. But now it's down to like a range between 6,000 low end, 9,000 high end, per 1,000 liters, which is reasonable. And then they've got the dried peat. So it's basically like the tedding of the peat itself. That's a cool addition, and it does give you kind of a range, I think, up to like $16,000 for 1,000 liters. It's good. It's really, really nice, and yeah, I'm really happy it's here. And now that you get to mow the field grass, and you can delete the bushes by running them over with a mower, love it. Absolutely love it. And this is a solid map, and I'm so glad this update's here.
Real quick, I also have your stream up in the corner. And it does say BDD's Farm Sim Talk special guest for your
What?
thing.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Why did that
Do you see
happen?
it?
I see it.
I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, you know what? I'm nuking the entire rest of this stream. Holy cow, y'all. What am I doing here? Amateur hour up in here.
It's been a very long week, dude.
Oh, if y'all knew what I've been doing this past couple of weeks, you'd understand. I'll change this all around once I get through the stream tonight, but oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the other thing is, well, I've been saying on top of letting him know too ahead of time, being like, hey, yo, there's a new map, yo, there's 2 new updates, so that he is prepared. So the next update I want to go over, though, and it's because we both love this update, but this is the multi-fruit farm storage by Antics. It is 3.31 megabytes to download, and it is changelog 1.0.0.3. Added possibility to load oversized trailers from side of the building. Love it.
Yeah. This one here, because of course, the multi-fruit farm storage. Yeah, just being able to overload from the trailer. Yeah, this is an awesome mod. Just full sentence stop. Adding this ability to it is just even better. So 2 thumbs up for this one.
Okay, let's see here. Moving on. All right, here we go. Next one. Oh, I installed this instantly as soon as I saw it. The Lizard W900B from Sluchus Modding. This is going to be 20.94 megabytes to download. This, an FYI, for anyone who doesn't want to know, this is a Lizard brand on console, but it's technically a Kensworth. The amount of options that are on this truck are insane.
Yeah, no, this one is really nice. Now, you do have 21 megabytes to install, so that's really up there. But like you mentioned, you get tons and tons and tons and tons of options on this. So you can see where that megabyte's coming from. This is a solid mod. Absolutely solid. I would install this.
Oh yeah, I already did. I even have his Peterbilt. So your next one is going to be the Lizard AgriFlex SBP by BB Mods. This is going to be 25.80 megabytes to download.
This one, game changer for me. Game changer. I love this mod. Love it. Now, many reasons why. 26 megabytes to install. It's high up there, but I personally think worth every single megabyte, in my opinion. $235,000 for a baler. That's essentially what this is, a baler, but it comes with a few tricks up its sleeve. Number one, it essentially takes this baler that you get. It's essentially the remodel of the Vermeer baler. It gives you a pre-chamber. That's number one. So it turns it from the normal, stop and drop kind of baler to now a continuous round baler similar to the fast baler. That's number one, and that's huge. So you can have the kind of square bale kind of presence where you're able to just go and go and go and have the round bale aesthetics. That's amazing. I like that. It gives you all the different bale sizes that you can create from round bales. So that's number two. That's awesome. Number three, as you can see in this screenshot right here, this one here shows you a grass bale or a hay bale, potentially, a wood chip bale, and a cotton bale. That's right. You can use this on cotton fields, on poplar fields, and on regular grass fields. Straw, hay, like the whole 9 yards. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And it gives you an option for a front 3-point link to where you can actually, attach like a mower and use an all-in-one kind of unit to mow, bale, and go just keep on trucking. Like, I think this is brilliant. Love this mod, and was a brilliant idea by BB Mods.
Yeah, and besides that too, I also know what was it? I'm trying to think here. I know DJ and Mr. Steely P were like freaking out because of it, but in the Lizard option, you have tracks.
Yep.
For the rear tires.
Yep.
I passed on this 100%. It's too cheaty for me.
No, see, this one I would argue is all going to be in the way that you present it. So it's one of those where if you're just using this as a normal baler, right? You're just using it for your grass, your straws and stuff like that. Then saying that this now has a pre-chamber, that's fine. That's all fine and dandy in my opinion. So it's just one kind of technological advancement and still is within the realm of real kind of thing. Right. When you add the front 3-point link, I could see somebody doing it maybe as a kind of an aftermarket add-on kind of thing. That again, cheaty, maybe, but I could at least hear the argument as to not be cheaty. Poplar and cotton, okay, sure, fine. That's where you're kind of losing the realism right there. Is you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that at all. So if you're keeping it in the world of grass care, straw, things like that, okay, fine. Use it. It's real. It's within the realm of real. If you're not doing that, then kind of go from there.
Right. Next one is going to be the Buher 6105, 6135. This is by Weekend Farmers. I don't know if that's supposed to be Texas or if that's supposed to be T4X's. No, I don't know. It is
Taxes, maybe?
maybe, who knows? It's gonna be 20.65 megabytes to download. This was a hard pass for me.
I mean, if you're looking for a small tractor, 20 megabytes to install and less than 50 grand to buy, sure, why not? It's 135 horsepower, and if you're looking for just something to get the work done, then yeah, this would be a solid one. I would install this. Just it meets all the criteria of something I would install. Did I install it? No, but certainly wouldn't be a hard pass or anything like that.
Let's see here. Oh, next one is going to be the Case IH Magnum 7200 Pro Series. This is by Dogface. Love the name. It's going to be a 23.64 megabytes to download. I love this mod.
Yeah, no, this is a fantastic mod. Number one, it's a case, so hey, winner. But on top of that, I mean, you've got all the various different options in power. You get the really cool kind of look, and I remember that this specific mod being used in, I believe, it was base game 19, and I loved it then. I love it now. I love that kind of old kind of look and feel, this kind of square boxy kind of look to it. I like it. I think this is a solid mod, and less than 25 megabytes to install, which is my threshold that I use for when it comes to tractors and stuff. Yeah, This is a win.
Oh yeah, 100%. Next one is going to be the Silo King Static Line Pack. This is by DD Mod Passion. It's going to be 4.74 megabytes to download. This is kind of interesting because there's several different versions. So you just have a standalone, you place it down, and there's your mixer. You could also have one you could pick up and put on to a trailer and make it like a self trailed, I guess, feeding wagon. But you can also, but the one you can put, there's another one you could put down on here as well that basically is an auger, so it holds all your grain types.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I passed on it personally.
I mean, so this one I did install. I did install it, but I didn't catch that part about it. 5 megabytes to install. And if you're looking for a mixing wagon, then it's a pretty solid option. You can kind of lug it around, move it around your farm, and kind of go from there. I like that. I like that a lot. Capacities, though, 30,000 to 10 million liters. That's pretty solid, if you ask me. I like that a lot. Just having that as an option, for those who are not really big into the realism or want to stay more realistic, here's your options. And yeah, I like it.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be a double bar mower. This is by Ridiculous Dominic. It's going to be 8.44 megabytes to download. It is a mower. You have a price tag of $5,000. This, I know DJ was very, very upset about because he was like, well, I kind of expected it to be like 2,000 meters long. But it's just two sickle bar mowers.
Leave it to Dominic to live up to the namesake. I've never seen anything like this, and yeah, I think this is ridiculous looking, and full sentence stop. But I think it's brilliant. I think it's really cool. 9 megabytes to install, so it's not that big on the file size. It's just it's at the end of the day, it's a mower, but it's a different style than we're used to seeing, and I like that. I really think that it's got some kind of like uniqueness to it. Yeah, I installed this and I like it. I think it's great.
See, I could see someone using this if they're like starting out old school.
Yes.
So your next one is going to be the Fliegl SDS35OJ. This is by Pepe978. It's going to be 7.57 megabytes to download. it is going to cost you $23,000 as a low loader. I passed on this one.
Yeah, the same here. Now, I will say the kind of nice thing that this low loader does as compared to other low loaders is it does have the extendable base. So if you have something narrow like a tractor, well, you just leave it as is, kind of thing. But if you need something really wide, like in this picture here, it's the Volvo, you push a button and all of a sudden it just extends out these wings, and now you've got something that's significantly wider than, just a standard tractor. So this is a nice mod. And it's kind of has that trump card up its sleeve. So 8 megabytes to install, 23,000 to buy. Yeah, I'd install this. Absolutely.
Next one is going to be the Grimmy GF94. This is by 76 Max. It's going to be 8.46 megabytes to download. We have a price tag of $42,000. Working with this 3.6 meters, and it's a ridger.
Yep, it's a planter. It's you plant your veggies. I don't do a ton of vegetable work when it comes to like potatoes and the beet crops and stuff like that, root crops. So this one is a pass for me. But if you're one of those who likes to do your veggie crops, your root crops kind of thing, then yeah, have at it. It's solid.
Yeah, 100%. Next one is going to be the EG3/9. This is by Weekend Farmers. Weekend Farmers. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last names. It is 2.94 megabytes to download. Price tag of $12,000. Required horsepower is 90. You have a 2.5 meter working with. Pass.
So if we take a look at like the various other cultivators that we have access to, this has a working width of 2.5 meters. So let's take a look. Cultivators, 2.5 meters. Probably closest one is the, of course it is, the Noche Eco Cultivator 300. However you pronounce that word. You know what? Anybody want to tell me how to pronounce that? Because I have no clue. I'm not even playing around when I do that bit, because at this point it is what it is. Anyways,
Right.
2.5 meter working with compared to the Eco Cultivator's 3 meters. The Eco Cultivator is 16,000. This is 12,000. So you kind of get that half a meter reduction and a $4,000 price cut. That's pretty decent, pretty in line. The Eco Cultivator, 110 horsepower. This is 90 horsepower requirement. So all in all, it's kind of the smaller version of the cultivators we have available. So for that reason, and it seems to be in line with the pricing scale, so I would go ahead and go with this.
It's a hard pass for me. Let's see here. Next one's be the Lizard GSB 9 arms. This is by Alexi Modding. It's going to be 2.33 megabytes to download. It's a 2 meter working with. Price tag $5,000. Minimum power is 70.
Literally
Pass
copy and paste. I was literally going to say copy and paste everything for both of us for the previous one. It's all in line. It's all that stuff I previously mentioned. 3 megabytes to install. Again, it's in line with the kind of pricing scale. So this one I would install as well.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Unia. I'm just going to say the Unia plow pack. This is by Zemov. I don't know. It's going to be 5.63 megabytes to download. I mean, I could definitely see these like sitting on a farm as decoration, but you'll never catch me using one of these.
0.6 meters and 0.14 meters. Holy smokes. You are going to be chugging away on a field for a long time. Base game smallest one we have is 1.2. So this one is definitely smaller than that and larger. So you got kind of the, half the size and 0.2 meters bigger. 550 for the small one, 850 for the big one. What's funny is that the price scale alone would make me install this absolutely. The 0.6 meters, I would ignore that all day, all night. All day and all night. But for $550, I mean, that's pretty cheap. $850. Keep that one in mind for the 1.4 meter. The base game one we have is 1.2 meters, so it's 0.2 meters larger. The base game Pottinger Servo 25, $14,000. This one is bigger and is only $850. You're saving over 13 grand just in that alone. Absolutely. Go with the big one on this one. Get it.
All right, I'm gonna let you catch up at your chat because of Calibrate.
Uh-oh.
Because of Roy.
Jonah with a 1, 2, 3. I got you, Jonah. This shenanigans are at play here. We got Locke's Garage says, hi, how's it going, Locke? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hand lawnmower is the best. Okay. To each their own. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Jonah says, you broke it, Dave. Oh, I broke it. I broke it bad. But I think I figured out. Well, you know what? Knock on wood. Hopefully I figured it out. Jonah also says, but then you fixed it. Yes, I did. Ken says, what up, people? What up, Ken? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. AF Farms, what's up? How's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Luke Marshall, how's it going, Luke? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says, hi, BDD. Also says, okay, everyone, have a good night. Whew, quick turn and burn. That's all good. Cavalier Roy, how's it going, Roy? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, perfect equipment for a small fields. Needs more mods like that.
No, don't.
Roy says, also need more equipment like that for the small tractors that are available. You know what? I would agree with that. I would 100% agree with that there, Roy. It's one of those where, you know, for those people who do like the small farming, this is a solid option, an absolutely solid option. You know, and like I was saying before, you know, $850, you're saving 13 grand and getting a bigger, you know, set of plows than the Pottinger Servo. So yeah, I like it. Whiskey Creek, how's it going, Whiskey? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hey there, BDD. Jonas says, what shenanigans? All the shenanigans. There, Jonah, all of the shenanigans. Whiskey says, hey there, Jonah. Jonah says 4, 5, 6, 7 shenanigans. And Whiskey diving in there. Whiskey also says, hi there, Roy. And Roy says, hey there to Whiskey. I'm all caught up.
Yo, what up, Roy? Let's see here. Next one. Oh, yeah, I was happy to see this. Next one is going to be the Parker 2500 Gravity Wagon by Rooster Mods. I was happy to see this. This is 7.64 megabytes to download. Your price start is $8,200. And so you can have the capacity between 8,810 liters all the way up to 12,333 liters. Love it.
This is a solid mod. Absolutely a solid mod. It's just a small little, you know, gravity dump trailer. That's really nice. You're talking 8 megabytes to install. Also very nice. You know, probably about the closest comparable when you're talking the kind of basic level at the 8,800 liters is probably the Crampy Half Pipe HP20. You know, that's at 12,100 liters and 36,000 to buy. This is $8,200 and 8,810 liters. So it already meets my standard of $1,000 per 1,000 liters. That's what I look for with my trailers. This one meets it. It's a low megabyte to install. So yeah, this one I would absolutely install.
I was so happy when that came back. I was like, hey. Next one is going to be the Lizard DCFCO 8000 by Holtz FS. It's going to be 12.45 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $12,266. And capacity ranges between 3,800 and 4,200 liters. And it does say working with fertilizer 15 meters, lime 12, and manure 10. I absolutely love this.
Same. Absolutely same. I love these kind of mods where they do the multi-purpose work where you can buy one and do fertilizing, lime, and manure. Now, the only negative, and it's just a kind of a personal thing, not that the mod is bad or anything like that, it's the different working widths. It makes sense. That was what would happen is you're basically taking a thicker and more densely compact item, and it's not going to fling as far as, say, the less packed, less populated, less dense items. So all in all, it makes sense. It's just I love those mods where it's like just one single working with, and that's all I have to worry about. But love this mod. It's a great looking mod. It's got the multifunction, which is great, and less than 13 megabytes to install. Win, win, win. And when you take a look at the capacities, for $12,266 for 3,800 liters, that's not bad. That's really not bad whatsoever, considering that the 3,200 liters, Amazon ZATS 3,200, is $25,000 for a fertilizer spreader only.
Right. So your next one is going to be the Flegel TMK 160. This is by Majackal. Is that how you pronounce it? I have no idea. Some of these names are weird. It's going to be
Michael.
I don't know.
Michael.
It's going to be 12.06 megabytes to download. Price tag $32,500. Capacity is 17,500 liters, or if you want to go for silage, 22,500 liters. Hard pass.
The reason being is megabytes, not that bad. It's not that bad at all, actually. Solid looking mod, but the capacities. Number one, 32,500. It's already over that 1,000 liters per $1,000 rule that I tend to have with my trailers, so that's already a no-no for me. But you do a little bit more digging. The closest comparable we have is the Rudolph DK 280RP, $32,500. Same exact price, but the Rudolph holds 18,500. Base one for this, 17,500. You're losing 1,000 liters, and you're spending the same exact price, and you're having to download it. Yeah, no, hard pass.
Oh yeah, 100%. Let's see here. Next one's gonna be the drop deck trailer auto load bales. This is by Mac Trucker 921. It's gonna be 20.48 megabytes to download. This I got. Yes, as you can, so we'll start with the very first image. Yes, you can have as a normal, low loader. You can just push something. You got a massive tipper with a bunch of different options. So you have regular options. You have unrealistic capacities. You have a massive log trailer. Let's see. And then you also have a slurry spreader or tanker. This is I use this mod mainly for the tipper. And the slurry spreader, but
I'm so glad to see this back. For 20 megabytes to install, it's high for a trailer, but this thing is more than just a trailer. This is, like you mentioned, this is a tipper trailer, this is a slurry spreader, this is a low loader, this is a wood trailer. Like, there's so many different things that this trailer does, and it's got the various capacities, and it does auto loading for bales, and it does, might as well fly like Superman for all I care, because this thing is just that incredible. Because I just love it. Absolutely love it. This is a definite install for me.
Yeah, 100%. Next one is going to be the Unia PL6. This is by Presmec 23433. It is 11.23 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $15,000.
So for 12 megabytes to install, we've got something, at least I thought we did. We had something very similar to this in base game, but I could be mistaken or thinking of the previous iterations. I'm trying to look right now. Okay, no, so I'm thinking of a mod. So there is a mod that's very similar to this. It's the Bremier is what I was thinking of. So base game, we don't have anything that's exactly this functionality. But, for 12 megabytes to install, 15 grand to buy, it is what it is. If this is the kind of style of trailer that you want to have, yeah, go for it. For me personally, I'd probably end up skipping this because it's essentially just a low loader. So, meh.
Oh yeah. Next one is gonna be the Unia Roller 2.5. This is by PuzzCap. It's gonna be 1.78 megabytes to download, and you have a price tag of $800. And as you guessed, 2.5 meter working with. It's a hard pass. I mean, if you're doing like a small farm shenanigans, then yeah. But
2 megabytes to install, $800 to buy, and 2.5 meter working with. That's honestly, that's not that bad. It's really not. And all things considered, $800 compared to base games Vaderstadt Rexus 1230, $46,500. This is a really good starter. If you're looking to just start out small or you have a small farm, this is a good one. Now, 2.5 meters at $800 versus 12.3 meters at $46,500. That also kind of scales upwards. So if you were to, do the price per meter kind of thing, it's definitely on the better side of your bang for your buck. So yeah, I would install this absolutely.
let's see here. So the next one is going to be the Lizard WMXL. This is by Rally Christie 1 VS Modding Sir. It's going to be 3.02 megabytes to download. Price tag $18,000. Capacity 4,000 liters. Working with is 42 meters, and yes, this will do lime as well, and it does spread at 42 meters.
I would install this all day, all night. All day, all night. 3.2 meters, or 3.2... Blah, blah, blah. I can talk. It's been a long week, everybody. I'm telling you, it's been a long week. All right. Restart. I would install this all day, all night. 3.02 megabytes to install this. Compared to the Amazon ZATS 3200, that is $25,000 to buy and is 3,200 liters to just do fertilizer at 42 meters. So it's very, very like to like. Now this one does 42 meters for both lime and fertilizer. So you're already getting the kind of bonus, for the additional input. That's awesome. 4,000 liters for this as opposed to 3,200. You're already getting more capacity. So that's a good one. $18,000 compared to $25,000. So you're getting a bigger capacity, you're getting a cheaper item, and you're getting an extra input for your holder. This is amazing. This is a good mod and less than 4 megabytes to install. All day, all night, install it.
Yeah. But I personally passed on it, but that's also because I have personal opinions about these people. I mean, overall, though, it is a really good mod. I personally have something against Raleigh Christie 1, VS Modding Sir, and their whole group of people. And that's because if anyone isn't known about it, they're very well known for taking people's mod ideas and making them as their own. So, next one is going to be the Polish welded wheelbarrow. This is by Prezzies 929. It's going to be 10.86 megabytes to download. This thing is the funniest thing in the world because you can actually have like a torch or flashlight on the side of it that you can actually activate. You get a cover for it. I think it's so funny. And it does have does have tension belts on the inside, which I think is even more hilarious. But also, in this last screenshot, yeah, there's a buddy seat on it.
I'm going to go on a little tangent here for just a second, because when I saw this when it first popped up on the Mod Hub, I just hysterically started laughing. And I don't know why, but all of a sudden the scene from the Titanic where, Fabrizio just goes right over the siding there. Wait, was it Fabrizio? Whatever Leonardo DiCaprio's character's name was. Jack. There we go, Jack. He holds his, I'm the king of the world. And I don't know why, but that's when I see that image right there, this thing here, I'm the king of the world. Why not?
Right.
Don't you dare say that now that I've said that out loud and you've heard this, that you're not going to look at this image and think the same exact thing.
Hey, BDD, multiplayer. You should just go. It's just like, here, man, you want to ride to the shop? Okay. Yeah.
And there's Will.
Like,
I'm the king of the world.
Yo, it's like it's like Batman and Robin, but instead
oh
of the
my
Batman,
goodness.
instead of Willie.
it's if Batman and Robin were like, oh, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna finish that one. There you go. It's the discount it's the Temu Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. All right, moving on from that.
Moving on.
The next one is going to be the Collect 900 for Sugarcane and Popular. This is by Teeth Saturn. It's going to be a 8.05 megabytes to download. Basically, it's a base game corn header chopper from the forage harvester. Basically, so you can do poplar
and sugarcane. 9 megabytes to install, and it gives you a new way to be able to harvest two crops that are notoriously difficult and takes a very long time to do. I love this because, again, I use these kind of mods in the background or when I'm just doing something that I'm just kind of having fun with. But these kind of mods are a huge time saver for somebody like me who's creating content. I'm able to rip through and just get things done and just move on to the next thing. I'm not having to spend the hours upon hours upon hours in the background, just doing the job kind of thing. And it does come with two separate headers for it. So you can see here on the bottom left-hand corner of this image here, you got the poplar header there, and then on this one, the sugarcane header. So it's two separate headers. You're spending quite a bit of money, but you're able to now rip through at a blistering pace at 9 meter working width.
Cavalier Roy. Oh my goodness, man.
Uh-oh. Do I need to catch up with the chat again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I left off with Whiskey saying number 7 and saying hi there to Roy. We got Roy saying hey there to Whiskey. Whiskey also says, "Hey BD, all good here. Thanks. Hope you're well on your end." I'm doing fantastic, Roy. Thank you so much for asking. Whiskey says, "No, you're not." Okay, Whiskey, I gotcha. Pippa, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi BDD and WillT. We got let's see, Whiskey saying hi there to Pippa. Pippa saying hi to Whiskey. Roy saying hey there to WillT. Roy says FS22 low loader, and Roy also says perfection right there. For MP. Get those Carters rolling while you're laughing in your big compound going, yep, keep coming. No. Oh.
Nowhere near empty.
Nowhere near empty. Oh my goodness. Yep. Thank you, Roy. And there's Jonah with "I'm the king of the world." Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, you'll never look at that photo the same way again. Every single time you see it now, anybody who hears this broadcast will know I'm the king of the world, the Temu edition.
Yo, is it just me, or do I feel like Jonah would be that person to ride shotgun, basically, or like passenger on the thing and go, yeah,
let's do this.
Charge!
I could totally see just being just total the total boss hype. just sitting there like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. Woo!
Yeah. Let's go. Oh man. Oh, that's something else.
Oh my goodness.
All right, time to move on. Guess we'll never get through. Next one is going to be the GL860 multi-planter. This is also by the exact same modder as the previous mod. It's going to be 10.51 megabytes to download. It's basically the base game potato planter, but you can do sugarcane, poplars, and potatoes.
Love it, love it, love it. LOVE, love it. Love this
That's
mod.
a direct drill.
Yes, exactly. So, direct drill, sugarcane, poplars, potatoes. For anybody who's ever dealt with poplars, it's a nightmare. A nightmare, especially because most of the time we get the single billets. So you're only able to make one row at a time, and it's just chugging along, and it's a nightmare. It takes forever. So again, it's one of those that's almost prohibitively slow and makes it to where you don't want to even participate in it. This gives you a much wider and much faster, and the great thing is that you can utilize a cheap product like potatoes as your seeds, right? So you put in your seeds in potatoes, and let's say, you know what, I feel like doing poplars today. Well, all of a sudden you just change the fruit type, and your seeds, your potatoes that you bought for really cheap, or that you got off another field for next to nothing, now they're the seeds for your poplars or your sugarcane, whatever it is. You're able to just kind of rip and go, and I love it. 16,000 liter capacity, and less than 11 megabytes to install. 200 grand to buy. It's a bit expensive, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Being able to rip through these three specific products. What did you do,
Roy?
We got more shenanigans.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Just
okay.
The way he phrased that question.
Okay. Let me. Let's see. Roy says you're welcome. Whiskey says with the spread of the light. The speed of the light mod. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Roy says, now the question is, would you rather be the pusher or the rider? I know that's how it sounds, and I'm not changing it. Oh my goodness. You know what? We're all a bunch of children, and I love it. Ken says, great news, BDD. Oh, okay. Great news, BDD. Will be able to play FS25 again in weeks. Had set up a new Microsoft account. Oh wow. We'll be able to play in week. Oh, that's awesome though. I'm glad that you're able to get that all set up and get it all working. So that's fantastic, Ken. Congratulations. Benji, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says good evening, everyone. Jonas says, don't forget me and Reaver are still plotting again.
Keep that somewhere else.
No, I think he's waiting for my next live stream. I have a feeling that him and Reaver are just sitting there plotting against me. Probably. All right. You can go ahead there, Will.
Yeah, all right. Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Poland Big Bags pack. This is by Paulo 101, 299, and Kazan 18. This is 1.15 megabytes to download. It's just a different kind of seed and fertilizer and lime.
Yeah, different branded, products. Honestly, I never bother with these because there's not a single brand name out there that I'd be like, I've got to install it just so I could have X brand.
Right. Yeah, it's a pass for me for that one. Now, this next one I really liked a lot. This is called Seasonal Prices by Weasel. This is 77 kilobytes, so really small. This, I feel like, is fantastic.
Game changer. I'm throwing it out there right now. Game changer. Here's why.
Uh-huh.
What this mod is, when you look at TMR, pig food, diesel, electric, methane, lime, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, silage additive, and mineral feed. What the base game does is it keeps those prices flat. So you're just always going to get whatever you get out of them. So if you go to sell them at any point throughout the year, you're going to get the same price in August as you are in December, as you are in any other month throughout the year. This mod changes that. It gives you the fluctuations from month to month, just like we have on every other product out there. So when you go to sell your stuff, you have a high point and you have a low point, so you can pay attention to things. Love this mod. Love this mod. It makes it to where it's actually more immersive and something that you have to pay attention to when you're selling these products.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see. Your next one is going to be weight 2,500 kg. This is by Schwaben Gamer and
What'd you call me?
Ed Kilo. No, Keely03.
No, seriously, what'd you call me? I
call you
heard two different slurs there.
Let's see here. Let's give you 3.99 meg. Just make it 4 megabytes.
Oh, you know what? This isn't U.S. currency, man. Come on.
Pass. It's basically just a weight. That's all it is.
They're just weights. I mean, look, they got a good look to them, and I like the kind of the differences between the kind of rough and ridden model that you have on the right hand side here, and the kind of newer models. You even got that kind of rough looking paint scheme on the top left hand corner as well. They're weights. They're weights. It's one of those that if you like the aesthetics, if you like the way they look, you like being able to have custom, colors, and you have that little guide bar that's in the front of some of these, then okay, fine, but they're weights.
Yep, just weights. That's it. Trying to move on.
Yep.
Next one is going to be the Xylon weight. This is by Simon93. This is going to be 2.37 megabytes of download. This is a useless weight unless you're using the Xylon pack from Giant Software.
So, insert everything that I said before, but instead of, the word weights, substitute in front of weights, fancy. There you go. Move on.
Yep. Next one is going to be homemade weight. This is by Edu's Picks and Ranon Grillo. It's going to be 5.75 megabytes to download. Weights. That's all it is. More weights.
I was really, really thinking about saying something right there. I'm gonna hold it back. Because, yes, it's just a weight. Just a weight. You know what? No, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'll go ahead and say it. Nothing against the mod, nothing against the model. But just the fact that it's a weight. Okay. Previous statement of inserting fancy before weights. Now insert Temu. Moving on.
Let's see. Next one is going to be Cow Barn with Slurry and Milk. This is by Leo. I'm just going to say Leo. This is 3.54 megabytes to download. This is the base game Cow Barn from WillT and BDD. They can also use on any other map as well. But because the base game, this is just a breeding barn. But now you can have it as Slurry and Milk, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only 4 megabytes to install. Yeah, love it. Love it. Definitely would install this.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next one is going to be British Field Gates. This is by Red Dog. It's going to be 2.22 megabytes to download. They're not bad. I didn't grab them, but just gates.
Yeah, I mean, it looks all fine and dandy. Just the normal. I mean, almost looks like almost base game kind of well, not I shouldn't say base game, but I've seen these styles, and so many different maps out there, that they just look familiar to me. So yeah, for less than 3 MB to install, sure, why not? But it's just a gate. Yeah.
Next one is going to be Fermenting Silo. This is by Chameleos0397. This is going to be 3.55 megabytes to download. So your price tag is going to be $3,500 to $5,000. Production speed is 3,500 liters an hour. And the production recipe is 1-to-1, which is super, super nice. But for something like this, if I'm going to use bags like this, can we just have like the bags you can actually fill and actually watch them expand outwards? So pass.
4 megabytes to install, up to $5,000 to purchase. And essentially, it's just a production point to turn your grass and chaff into silage. I like it. It's a nice little way of doing it for production, like a nice looking model and concept. So yeah, all in all, I like it. I think it's pretty solid. I would install it, absolutely.
Now we pass. Next one is going to be a fertilizer plant. This is by Grimlock RRC. This is going to be 5.80 megabytes to download. This plant allows you to produce fertilizer. The plant accepts manure, liquid manure, and digestate. The price tag is $50,000. Pass.
Love this. Love it. 6 megabytes to install, 50 grand to buy, and you can produce fertilizer from your manure, liquid manure, and digestate. Love it. I absolutely love that, because then you can take these incredibly, incredibly cheap items, and number one, you can do either produce your solid fertilizer, which is awesome, or you can produce your solid fertilizer to sell. And yeah, taking a $50 or $60 item per 1,000 liters and turning it into a $2,000 or $3,000 item per 1,000 liter, ka-ching, anybody?
I can see that. Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Bioplastics Factory. This is by JM Gaming. This is going to be 46.11 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $100,000. This adds plastic into the game, which I think is kind of interesting, but you can actually go inside of it, which is even cooler. But 46 megabytes.
But like you said, you can go inside the building. It's highly detailed. Like the brickwork on it looks really sharp. And it offers you new products, new things that you can do here in Farm Sim. I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, 46 is a lot for a production site, but you're getting a lot for it too. So yeah, I would install this. Absolutely.
Let's see. Next one is to be placeable refill tanks. This is by Raleigh Christie 1 VS Modding Sir. It's going to be 2.65 megabytes to download. These go back to like FS 1917.
Yeah, these are definitely blasts from the past. 3 megabytes to install. I mean, if you're looking for, another way of being able to get these individual kind of products, your seeds, your fertilizer, your herbicides, things like that, then yeah, all fine and dandy. This will work. And from 3 megabytes, not that bad. And the prices, $8,500, again, not that bad. It works. It's solid. So it'd be something that if you're looking for a different way to get this product, then go for it.
One downfall is it's actually 2 times more expensive than just buying the pallet.
Yep.
So just be cautious of that one. Let's see. Next one's be bulk storage. This is by Frogcast's Modding. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's going to be a 4.97 megabytes download, price tag $35,000. I love this. There is no bleeding through the walls, so I use this for like my big animal area. because I make like the TMR. You know, you put stuff in the TMR mixer. So I have like my loose straw, my loose hay, and and
Silage.
no, oh, what was it? I had a brain fart there. There was something else I have over here. It'll come back to me, but I have, well, because like you notice like on a lot of farms they have something called a community shed.
Yep.
Or comedy shed. That's basically what this is.
Yep.
I absolutely love it.
5 megabytes to install, 35 to buy. Yeah, absolutely solid. And like you said, no bleed through. Yeah, love it.
Oh yeah. Next one is going to be the ESC Houses Pack by DH Modding. It's going to be 12.13 megabytes to download. Price tag is $80,000. Big old whop for me, because guess what? You can't go inside.
And again, this is going to be one of those where it's got that specific look to it, so it's going to be very much reserved for very specific maps. I believe this is a very much South American style of house.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to be like, right now we got Matopiba is I think the only South American map that's available for all platforms. So if you're doing a series on that, or if you're playing a game on that, here you go. 13 megabytes to install, not a bad size, and 80,000 to buy. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, but I mean, it's not going to fit in on much else at the moment. So this would be a pass for me.
Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh. Well, while you are doing your thing, let me go ahead and catch back up with the chat. So we got left off with let's see. Benji says, had a very good day. Awesome, Benji. Glad to hear it. Roy says, wait gates, kind of sum up the mods review thus far. Okay, I gotcha. Whiskey says, how many weights do we need? All of them. Apparently we need all of the weights. We need not only the fancy weights, we need the middle of the road weights, we need the Temu weights, we need the off the wall weights, we need weights for the weights. That's what we need. That's, you know what? Hey Roy, you're a modder. Help us out here. Let's make weights for weights.
I am so sorry about that. I am back. I had to take my medication.
Gotcha.
Let's see here.
I was just making jokes about how we need weights for weights.
I heard you.
Oh, there you go.
So next one is be a big white farmhouse. This is by Dudek 112. This is going to be 11 megabytes on the dot. It's going to price tag is going to be $65,000. You can't go inside. I mean, you can use the garage, but you can't go inside the building. I'm just gonna say one thing before you say anything. Okay, people, modders, if you ever watch this video, it's FS25. Come on.
So I'm gonna take a slightly different approach. There's something about this. I don't know what it is. Something about it looks off. Like, from these photos, I don't know what it is, but just something doesn't seem right to me. Like, I don't know. I'm having a really hard time putting my finger on it, but there's just something about it that just is making me like want to scream no into the microphone really loudly, and I don't know why. Anyways,
pass for me.
Yeah,
pass for me. Next one is going to be Disinfection Tank. This is by Holden HB Modding. And Farmer MV. It's going to be 3.21 megabytes to download. Price tag $8,000. I mean, yeah, you can drive through it and the water moves and everything, and it kind of rinses your tires off, I guess.
I mean, it's a nice bit of decoration. 4 4 megabytes to install and $8,000 to buy. I mean, if you're wanting to kind of make something kind of pop on your farm, then this is something unique. I've never heard of something like this before. Just to clean off your tires kind of thing. I mean, it makes sense if you're pulling in onto your farm and you don't want to spread mud and dirt everywhere. Totally makes sense. I guess it would be a pass for me, but it's unique. It's something I've never seen before. So for that, it gets a kind of a there we go.
Right. Next one is going to be Wayne Station. This is by Martin CZ. It's going to be 11.02 megabytes of download. Price tag $20,000. This is a pass for me.
Pass. It's a way station. It's just like the weights. It is what it is. But like if there was a functionality within Farm Sim itself, like if you had to pull into like these weigh stations, get weighed out first before you could go into the selling area, or something like you had to be under a certain weightage and all that kind of stuff, like that would kind of be cool. Then these kind of weigh stations would like be more than just kind of there. But
Right.
I don't know, just something about the weigh stations I just never like. It is what it is. At the end of the day, It is what it is.
Well, it's kind of like a role play type deal thing.
Yeah.
So your next one, this is going to be an update to Lipinky.
What'd you call me?
This is by Greenick and Farvery. This is going to be 244.71 megabytes to download. And it's going to be changed 1.2.0.0. I'm not reading this out, but you guys can see it right here.
Well, if you won't, then I'll go through some of it. This is a solid update. This is a really, really solid update. Removed a tree. Okay, fine. That's fine. The ones that really caught my attention were the addition of blueberries. You can now grow blueberries in greenhouses, so they adapted a greenhouse. They also adapted some of the silos to put the alfalfa into, so you can make your alfalfa silage. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. But they also added new products in base game, or not in base game, but in this base map, where you can make like blueberry. I think it was like blueberry bread, and it might even have been like blueberry muffins or something. I can't remember, but it's like blueberry cake. That's what it was, blueberry cake, and several other kind of things from the blueberries. So you get this kind of new introduction of fruit, plus you get new introduction of downstream products as well. I like that. I think that was really kind of a cool addition. On top of that, you get the kind of enhancements with the grass textures and things like that. It's solid. It's a solid update, and it really helped out the map a lot.
Okay. Now, this next one, I'm just going to bring this to everyone's attention. Do you remember the firewood production mod from AgriBusiness?
I do.
It is now only PC and Mac.
Sad
Just
face.
to let everyone know. I do want to go over this update right here real quick, though. This will be American Workshop. This is by ICUS. It's 11.94 megabytes to download. It is changed on 1.0.1. Refresh model, new textures, new lighting, new doors, new decorations, automatic night lights, and added solar panel configurations. This is a great mod.
I mean, really, a lot of ICUS's mods are fantastic. I mean, the sheds, the buildings, they're highly decorated. You got the kind of potting plants on the outside of this particular building. I love the kind of mixture of stone and metal siding, as well as the wood kind of entryway to this particular barn. It's a very unique building all by itself, but then it's also extremely functional as well. Yeah, and a lot of the buildings that ICUS makes is fantastic. So, this is a good one.
The next one I go over is also by ICUS as well. This is the American Midwest Maintenance Shop, 14.43 megabytes to download. This is going to be change. Um, Technically, it's actually change log. It doesn't say it, but it's change log 1.0.0.2. It says change and fix spawn point for auto load loft. Pallet spawn outside on front.
Copy and paste
So
everything I said about ICUS and put it in here as well.
let's see here. All right, next one. Next one is going to be the Case IH Module Express Pickers 2008 to 2019. This is by Jolly Farms Modding. It's 26.38 megabytes to download. This I got on PC. I don't do cotton really, so it was a pass on console for me.
So 26, almost 27 megabytes to install. This one, I like this mod a lot. Here's the reason why. You've got a mod that starts at 299. What's that?
It's Case.
Okay. I'm trying to be objective here, if you don't mind. I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, it's Case. I gotta have it because it's Case. No, but it is Case, and I love it. No, anyways. No, so looking at cotton's one of the most expensive products to get into, base game. Especially now that we've got like the green beans and all that stuff. You have the harvesters, which are one of the most expensive things to have. The Case Harvester base game is $485,000. The John Deere is almost double that at almost $900,000. It's insane the price that you're spending on this. But this starts out at $299,000. You're talking a over almost $200,000 discount to do the same exact job that base game equipment can do. That's a huge plus. That's a huge plus. So yeah, that level alone, makes cotton a little bit more approachable. Not exactly approachable because you're still spending 299,000, those 300 grand, but it's a step in the right direction.
Right. I mean, it is a super nice mod. I got it on PC, but not my console. So your next one is going to be the Kloss Choreo 1275C. This is by
Don't you call me that.
Grobflexion Design. I think that's how you pronounce it.
How
Mapping.
dare you?
Ooh. How dare me? It's going to be a 16.62 megabytes to download. So for the core header, you have a price tag of $79,500, working with 9 meters, so not bad. And then for the header trailer, it's price tag of $12,500.
So,
I like this.
Well, because it's Case, right? Or Case, Kloss.
How dare you?
How dare I? How dare I? How dare anybody? Anyways, so looking at kind of the comparables that we have available to us, this is a 9 meter working with. So closest thing we got is the Gergenhof North Star 1230 FB. So this starts at $79,500. The North Star at $108,000. Wow, you're already saving about 30 grand right off the bat just from this mod. This mod is less than 17 megabytes to install, and it has its own little header trailer, for about 12 grand. So all in, the header and the trailer, you're still spending less than the same exact working with base game model. So this would be something I'd install. Absolutely.
Plus, if you notice, we don't have any base game Kloss headers.
This is
core
true.
headers. Next one is going to be the Kloss Choreo 875 FC. This is by the exact same modder. It's going to be 5.66 megabytes to download. Price tag is $63,500. Working with 6 meters. I passed on this only because the exact same header comes with the giant software Triumph pack that came out. Love it. So
again, if we kind of do our comparisons here, this one is going to be a push for me. 6 megabytes to install, not that bad. The reason it's going to be a push is that our closest comparable is the Capello Dymet 8 at 6 meters. This is also 6 meters. The Dymet is $63,500. This is $63,500. Well, why spend the 6 megabytes to install it just because it's Kloss? And like Will said, it's available in another pack, so you can get it from there too.
Yep. Let's see here. Next one is going to be the... How do you pronounce that?
Oof. Quinvogue? No. You know what? This is going to be... This is going to be the new Nooch, Notch, Noch, Nietzsche's. Yeah, that thing there.
Okay, hang on a second. I gotta... Well, if you want to catch up your chat real quick, I'm going to do something quick.
All right, let's check out the chat. All right, so we got... I think I left off with... Whiskey says... Nope, I read that already. We got Ken says... what we need is a long wait. That could definitely be interesting. Just have like the Pinocchio nose of weights. Be even better if every time that you told a lie, the weight would get bigger. Ken says, WillT said that you got a little pinky in reference to... the map. Jonas says, when is Alma, Missouri coming out? Question mark. Sounds like it might be as early as next week. This coming week here. So maybe, fingers crossed. And I am, I'm all caught up there, Will.
Oh, okay. So technically it's pronounced Kivon. There you go, Kivon.
No.
Yeah, I just looked it up. So that word, is pronounced Kivon.
No.
Yeah.
Lies. All lies. That's
Kivon.
No.
This is by Nico Do 55. This is going to be 6.56 megabytes to download. Price tag ranges between $7,250 to $9,250. Required horsepower is 140, and working with is 4.3, 6.3, and 8.3.
So closest base game comparable that we have to the minimum size is the John Deere 980. $9,500 to purchase and 110 horsepower. This minimum is $7,250, so $7,250. So you're talking a savings of a little over $1,000 for this. So that's already a discount right there. 7 megabytes to install, not that bad. 140 horsepower is required, so it's a little bit bigger on the horsepower requirement. And 4.3 meters, so it's a little bit bigger than the 4-meter John Deere. So all in all things considered, plus you get the extra, 6.3 and 8.3 meters as available options as well. Yeah, I'd install this, absolutely.
Let's see, your next one is going to be the Canervalum Plows Pack. This is by Hispano. It's going to be 21.98 megabytes to download. So your first one, the 2500S, this can be, though, you have a price tag of $36,000. Required horsepower is 165. Working with is 2.5 meters. And then your EcoMat is price tag of $23,500. Required horsepower is 220. Working with is 3 meters. This is a pass for me.
Not only is this a pass, this is a hard pass, and here's why. Not only is it chiselback, let's try and be objective here. It's a chiselback. So looking at the base game comparables, 2.5 meter working with for the smaller one here. We have a 2.5 meter in the AgriMass POV 5XL. The Kverneland here is $36,000 to purchase and 165 horsepower requirement. The AgriMaz base game for the same working width, 16 grand. 20 grand cheaper, base game one, and the horsepower requirement for the AgriMaz, 160. So 5 less horsepower and 20 grand cheaper base game. I'd stick with the base game.
Right. So the next one is going to be Margri, Master Fee 6M. This is by ETA La Monsieur. I think it's how you pronounce it. It's going to be 11.74 megabytes to download. So you do have your price tag is $16,980, and your horsepower requirement is 130. This is a pass for me.
So this doesn't give a kind of working width, so I really can't do a very decent comparison. But based on the looks of it, about the closest thing I have base game is the Notch Nooch Nietzsche Speedmax 560. $21,000 base price for that one and 130 horsepower requirement. This is 17,000 for all intents and purposes, so it's about 4 grand cheaper. That's awesome. This is 130 horsepower as well, same with the base game one, so that's kind of a push right there. And 12 megabytes to install, so it's not a huge megabyte to install, and it's a little bit cheaper than the base game, as long as it's around comparable to the Speedmax 560 working with. Then yeah, I'd be all right with installing this. Absolutely.
Next one is going to be Tech Margri Trans Truck. Okay, that's weird. This is by ETA La Monsieur. It's going to be 6.68 megabytes to download. This is autoload. This is an autoload battle trailer. This is a pass for me, though.
I like it. It's just a trailer, and it's just a flat deck, so you can use it for your strapped goods and all that stuff. But the auto load feature is nice, and less than 7 megabytes to install. Yeah, I'd install this.
Yeah, it is a price tag of $34,550, and then the capacity is 40 square bells and 39 round bells.
So, yeah, which all considering, that's not too bad.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Lizard HL Tank. This is by Holtz FS. This is going to be 12.68 megabytes to download. You have price ranges between 2,500, 4,300, and 6,600. Capacity is 1,500, 3,500, and 5,000. This is a pass for me, honestly.
Less than 13 megabytes to install. You can transport water, herbicide, liquid fertilizer, and other potentially fuel as well. This is what it looks like there. Other options, transports fuel. So, it's one of those where it's got a decent look to it. I do like the design of it. It's kind of that kind of like blocky kind of thing to it. It looks like it's older, and I like that. I do like that. And $2,500 to purchase for the small one, $4,300 for the medium, and $6,600 for the large. That's really a decent price. So all in all, this would be one that I didn't install, but would install whenever the kind of feeling was right.
Right. Next one is going to be Special Low Loader TL38. This is by HR Forest. This is 5.23 megabytes to download. Where is it? Your price starts at $31,650. This is a pass for me.
So, you got a low loader here. This is all fine and dandy, but it's just one of those where it's really hyper specific. really hyper specific to like the forestry game, as HR Frost and Verzogbau do. They're very hyper specific into the forestry stuff. So yeah, of course you can use this for other bits of equipment and all that stuff. That's all fine. But what makes it that kind of hyper specific is the kind of well coverings that it has in there. You can see it in this picture right here. This trailer is made for the like forestry cutters and things like that. You can see how it's like able to articulate into these wells. Yeah, this would be one that I could see the appeal to, have something where you can kind of just strap and go and tow kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it's a low loader. It's not something I'm going to be like too, like adamant about in any direction really. And 6 megabytes is not that bad for a $31,000 trailer. It's not bad, but it's at the end of the day of a trailer. If I got the itch to use it, then yeah, I'd install it, but it'd have to be pretty specific.
Right. Let's see. Your next one is going to be the Kode TSA 30 Brewery Street Master 30. This is by Agri. It's going to be 8.60 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $95,500. Capacity 30,000 liters. This is a pass for me.
I mean, less than 9 megabytes to install. If you're looking for a little slurry tanker trailer to lug around your stuff, then yeah, all fine and dandy. About the closest thing we have kind of base game is the Garant Cody PQ 3200. This has 30,000 liter capacity at a 95.5 price tag, which is not that bad. Really, this isn't even a really good comparison because it's not a transporting trailer. It's a like an actual slurry spreader. So, there's really no good comparable to this other than something that would just hold slurry as like just a liquid component. So, all in all, it's just a liquid transporter that's limited to slurry work. So, yeah, probably just a pass. Just too hyper specific for me.
Next one is going to be the Lizard Grapple Bucket Pack. This is by Mac Trucker 921. This is going to be 3.08 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $2,500. Your standard capacity is 1,500 liters. Unrealistic capacity, 25,000 liters. This is a pass for me.
See, I like this one. I like this one a lot because you do get that unrealistic capacity of 25,000 liters, which is nice, being able to kind of switch back and forth. What I like about this mod, though, is these kind of front tines. Those things just look wicked. Like the whole bucket itself just looks like a thing from a horror movie. And I'm okay with that. But it's just one of those where I like it when a modder will sit there and kind of add just a little bit of something extra to make the mod just do something a little bit different. And this one here, has the higher capacities and it's got that, jaw-like structure in the front. Yeah, I would definitely install this. And 4 megabytes to install, definitely worth installing.
Next one is going to be the Pro Bale Grab Autoload by Black Sheep Modding. This is going to be 3.96 megabytes to download. Your price tag is going to be $3,000 for both. This is a pass for me, honestly.
So this one I really like. This one I like a lot because, again, I look for those things that can help save me time while kind of leaving the immersion factor on the front end. And this is definitely one of those that qualifies. You have the tool that will, appear as if you're using it properly, while at the same time, just making it just a little bit more, worker friendly kind of thing, or human friendly. 4 megabytes to install, and you have a round bale and a square bale option for $3,000, and you get all the various configurations: front loader, telehandler, wheel loader, and 3-point link. Yeah, I would install this, and did install this every day of the week.
So your next one is going to be the Samaz Alps 331. This is by AgriBusiness. This is going to be 4.71 megabytes to download. It's just a plow. Just a plow for your front loader or your 3-point.
It's a
Or
plow.
your wheel loader. Yep. That's all it is. Just a plow. Move on. Let's see here. Next one is going to be Small Tractors Winter Pack. This is by Private and Rick Black Labelle. This 5 megabytes. See, look at that. 5 megabytes on the dot, not like $4.99. So this comes with a plow. That's the 180 snow plow or snow blade. Price tag is $2,000. Working with is 1.8 meters. And then also comes with the Salic RZK 300H salt spreader. Price tag of $14,000. Working with is 14 meters. Capacity 300 liters. This is a pass for me.
It's a plow with benefits. I mean, it's literally just a plow with a salt spreader. Both bits of equipment I use almost never, so would be a pass for me.
Next one is going to be the mobile wood storage. This is by HR Force and Frazikbau. This can be 0.69 megabytes. Nice. Price from, because there's different customizations for it, but your starting price tag is $2,500. This is a pass for me, only because I don't want to do logging.
If you do logging, then this is something that can kind of create that next level of immersion and kind of keep your logs, from running away on you, especially on those maps with a bit of undulations to them, less than a megabyte to install. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? If you're big into forestry, then this would be a nice one to have, but for me, it's a pass.
Next one is going to be crane building. This is by DD Ma Passion. It's going to be 9.29 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $100,000. This is a pass for me.
So for less than 10 megabytes, you can have a kind of stationary wood crane. I do like this. I do like the mod. I do like the kind of, aesthetics around it. All that being said, for less than 10 megabytes and $100,000, the $100,000 is what gets me. That's really expensive for that kind of immersion, because that's what this is going to be. You can use this as an actual kind of crane and load it from one thing to another. That's all fine and dandy, but you're spending $100,000 to do it. Is it going to be worth that $100,000? Probably not.
No. Let's see here. Next one is going to be Old Stable and Henhouse Pack. This is by Raider. This is going to be 65.56 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $115,000. This is for the chicken coop. It holds 3,500 chickens, and then you have for your horse pen price tag of $38,000. I do like it because it holds 3,500 chickens, but I don't do horses, so there's no point for me wasting 65 megabytes.
Yeah, I mean 66 megabytes to install this, and you get chicken barn and a horse barn. That's fine.
Phenomenal.
They look amazing. Like this mod does look like legit really good, especially the interior views. You get that nice little composite of the brickwork along with the metal door frames. You got the wood rafters and kind of roofing kind of thing. You got the chain link fence to keep your critters in. Like, it just looks fantastic. And then you get the kind of red lights at the horse barn in the next photo here. Again, just looks amazing, but not amazing enough, especially like you said. For horses, I almost never touch horses. It's very rare that I do. So to dedicate even 30 megabytes of potential storage for, just the chickens alone, it's not detailed enough for me to be like, yeah, I can survive with 60 megabytes
Right.
being taken up, let alone 30 if it was just the chicken barn.
Right. Right. Exactly. Let's see here. Next one is going to be Greenhouse. This is by Alexander. I'm just going to say Alexander. It's 5.
Tarasenko.
Oh,
I the only reason I know
that's
that name is that there's a player for the Detroit Red Wings who has the same exact last name.
oh, jeez.
Hey, you know
Uh,
what? It's not my fault that the majority of hockey players come from other countries.
right. Right. No, I get it. I get it. So this is going to be 5.24 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $20,000. It does have a water capacity, manure capacity, and fertilizer capacity. This is a pass for me, only because the only like greenhouse thing I use is Omatana's open air garden.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, 6 megabytes to install, and it takes the additional products. As long as the recipes reflect the additional products that are being put in, then I'm totally fine with this one. I would install it, and I do like the model. I like the kind of long tunneling that this one does. But again, as long as it reflects the extra inputs that you're putting into it, then good to go.
Now this next mod, I'm not a big cheaty kind of person, but I absolutely love this next mod. This is gonna be Farm Pallets Shop. This is by Yos. It's
Yes.
74 kilobytes. So basically, you have your farm pallet shop. Price tag is $5,000, and configuration size, so you can choose, small, standard, or large. But then you also have, which by the way, if you buy anything from the farm pallet shop, it's way more expensive. But then you have the farm pallet shop free pallets.
Yeah, so less than a megabyte to install. It's very, very tiny, and it's a purchase point. It's a basically a buy point for all your palleted goods, base game. In theory, this is really, really nice because it's one of those where the palleted goods, like if you go to a map and it doesn't offer the quote unquote warehouse base map, then this can be kind of an alternative for you to substitute that in and make it available to you. It's one of those that I will very rarely use the buy points for like the productions downstream. So this one is a pass for me, but only because of my particular playing style.
Right, right. Next one is going to be TMR Production Facility. This is by Biggins. This is going to be 4.16 megabytes to download. I absolutely love this. And there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 different ways to make TMR. So your price tag is $53,000. So your first recipe is 75 hay, 75 silage, 250 total mixed ration with 200 cycles per hour. Then you have 75 hay, 75 silage, 45 straw, 295 total mixed ration with 200. They're all 200. Then you have 75 hay, 75 silage, 45 sugar beet, 45 straw to 240 TMR. And then you have 75 hay, 75 silage, 45 sugar beet, 45 straw, and 25 mineral feed to 265 total mixed ration. I absolutely love this.
Same. Same. I love that we have now a different style of recipe when it comes to making TMR, adding in the sugar beets. What I like about it is it's the same kind of concept as padding your TMR with straw, is that it's a cheaper product and it makes the products that require the more time or more expense, like as in the hay and silage, to be padded out. Sugar beets are doing the same exact thing as the straw, but you're getting a second kind of layer of padding to it. So again, you're having to use less of the expensive or time consuming products for more of the final output. I like that. I like that a lot. And introducing a new recipe is always a good thing. And I like the model. The model just looks really sharp. It's got a bunch of decorations around it. Total mixed ration sign over the covered awning there. You got a kind of a mixture of kind of the withered and well seasoned, and the other kind of silos in the back that kind of look a little bit nicer, a little bit better. I mean, yeah, all in all, 5 MB to install. It's a good mod. I enjoy it.
I mean, to be fair, almost everything that Biggins has made so far is phenomenal.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
Let's see. Our next one is going to be Hall with Cooling Chamber. This is by Farmer 5 Tom. This is going to be 22.93 megabytes to download. So basically, you just have a couple storages and a couple like auto load, like storage things for like pallets. This is going to be a pass for me only because it's broken.
Oof. Well, then I'm not even going to render my opinion. Yeah, if it's broken, then no sense in talking any more about it.
Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, Mr. CLP went into full depth with that one. So, next one is going to be Lime Production. This is by Grimlock RRC. This is going to be 1.95 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $30,000. It does 20 cycles per hour. The capacity is 50. Wait. Yeah, 50,000 liters for stone and 50,000 liters for lime.
I love this one. 2 MB to install and 30,000 to buy, and you have the ability now to make lime. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a. What's that?
I use a different one that's already on the mod hub.
Oh yeah, no, and I like it because it's a different option. It's cheap, in the ways of 30K is not that much for making lime. Yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a nice, simple, basic model. It's going to fit into really tight spaces and farms. All in all, I like it. Definitely would and did install.
Next one is going to be PGR Building Pack. This is by Raider. This is going to be 46.15 megabytes to download. This is a hard pass for me. They look phenomenal, but it's a hard pass.
Same. 47 megabytes to install. It looks fantastic. But yeah, just it's definitely got that kind of style that is going to be very specific to a certain region, and because of that, it's just not going to be able to
Right.
not going to be able to be one of those that I'm going to rely on.
Exactly. So your next one is going to be State Agriculture Farm Buildings. This is also by Raider. This is 52.51 megabytes to download. Hard pass.
Yeah, again, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that they look absolutely phenomenal, but hard pass.
Yeah, same there. It looks amazing, looks fantastic. You got a nice little differences between like an old and rusted and I don't know. It's one of those. They look amazing. I love these in the looks department, but the megabytes you're dedicating to it, 53 megabytes to install, and yeah, just it's not worth that high decorations to sheds.
Right. Let's see your next one is going to be Herbicide and Fertilizer Tank. This is also by Raider. It's 0.56 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $16,000. Capacity of 35,000 liters. Now that is for both. Actually, you can store both in here. So that's 35,000 liters total.
So this one here is far more reasonable. Far more reasonable. Less than a megabyte to install, 17 grand to buy, or 16 grand to buy, and 35,000 liters. Yeah, solid. Love it. Would install it.
Pass for me. But Next one is going to be Small Wooden Shelter. This is also by Raider. He's been busy.
Yeah, right?
This is going to be a 4.20 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $2,000. It's just a shed. I mean, it looks really good, but I mean, if this is the kind of shed you're looking for, well, there it is. But pass for me.
Yep. Pretty much 5 megabytes, and it's just an open shed. $2,000 to purchase. It looks good, as everything we've set up until this point looks really, really good. I like how it's kind of like dilapidated almost, but it's a shed, and yeah, not worth it to me.
I mean, honestly, this would be great for like a start from scratch.
Yep, exactly.
Let's see here. Next one. Oh, here we go. Next one is going to be BGAFD. This is by Anthix. This is going to be 2.87 megabytes to download. Just a bunch of BGAs. I mean, there's also a fermenting silo in there, a dryer.
So this one I really, really like. So the reason I like this is it creates different recipes for your BGA. I'm trying to find it specifically. There we go. All right, so you get 3 different versions of each of the individual items in this pack. So you get a BGA, you get a fermenting silo, which is going to take your grass, your straw, your hay, and chaff and turn it into the silage and digestate. And then you're going to take your dryer, and that's going to take your grass and make it into hay. All those things are fine, but each one of those 3 different types are going to give you then 3 different versions of those types. And the breakdown in price is $36,000, $72,000, and $100,000. And what it's doing is just giving you different cycles per month. So it's just making it more efficient kind of thing. But the BGA itself gives you all sorts of different recipes, and I'm going to place one down just real quick. There we go. So the BGA in this pack, this is the reason why I wanted to show this, because this is really funny in my opinion. You know what? Let me take it off of this screen here so you can actually see what I'm looking at. So you can see bread. Bread is a part of the production here as an input for the biogas plant. Like, that one just caught me right off guard. So bread in, what's that?
Said it caught everyone off guard.
Yeah. Bread in, electrically charged methane, and digestate out. To me, that's hilarious. But you also have chaff, manure, potatoes, silage, slurry, sugar beets, and sunflower oil. But it's sunflower oil and canola oil are the inputs. So, I mean, there's all these different recipes. We're used to, like, the manure, the silage, slurry, and cut sugar beets. So it's the bread, the chaff, the potatoes, and the sunflower oils are the ones that we're not used to. And I love that these are additional ones. But you can see all these different styles of, you got your BGAs, you got your fermenting silos, the dryer, and yeah, it's a fantastic little mod. I like it and would definitely recommend.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the farming supplies. This is also by Anthix. This is going to be 2.03 megabytes to download.
Copy and paste everything I said and apply it to this same thing. It's the ability to make lime, seeds, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, TMR, and pig feed. Love it. Less than 3 megabytes to install. You get the various different styles, the basic, improved, and extreme for the different cycles. Yeah, love this. Absolutely love it.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Modern Farmhouse. This is also by Raider. This is going to be 18.25 megabytes to download. Price tag is $59,000. Hard pass. You can't go inside.
Less than 19 megabytes to install, $60,000 to purchase. I mean, it's again, it's got a great look. Raider is a very, very talented in being able to bring these models to life and make them look really great. But yeah, I mean, 19 megabytes to install for a small house that you can't go into. Yeah, sorry, got to pass.
Next one is going to be the Country Bakery. This is by Black Panther Monty. Oh, they stole that name, Black Panther. Um,
Well,
it's
it's
going to
not
be a
it's not
five.
Black Panther, it's Black Panther.
Oh, thank you. So this would be a 5.02 megabytes to download. So there's like different recipes to.
So
It's basically.
yeah, it's a bakery and you get the different recipes. I like that though because it's making the bread more realistic. So you got the flour, wheat, butter, eggs, and water as your inputs rather than just flour. I love that. I think that's great. And then you got your cakes. You got flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries, honey, and water to make your cake. And then you get a rice cake flour recipe as well. So I like that. I like that it's a kind of different, more realistic recipe as your inputs. It's less than 6 megabytes to install. Yeah, it's solid. I like this. I like it a lot. So I would also install this and recommend it.
So your next one is going to be the olive oil press. This is by Onsel Sly. Um, this is 6.09 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $55,000. Um, this, I don't really do olives, but you can go inside of it.
That is nice. And less than 7 megabytes to install, 55,000 to purchase. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it's basically the processing of olives. So if you're wanting to, work with your olives, then this is going to be a good little option for you. And highly detailed. I really do like the model. I like the way that you can go inside. Yeah, it's solid. I would definitely install it. Oh, still there? Oh, hello. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Test test. Oh, well, it seems like I lost Will. I don't know what happened there. But let me go through the chat there and see if Will comes back here. I don't know what happened there. But let's see. Chat. Here we go. So we got... Let's see. I think I left off with Kiwi Sim Farmer. How's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi, everyone. And we got Ken Adams says, what up, Kiwi Sim Farmer? Oh, I hear you there, Will.
We are back. That is so weird.
What happened there, bud?
Well, evidently it's showing. See, I think I lost connection somewhere.
Huh.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine now, so.
That was where I lost connection there.
You know what? This is going to be the episode where everything goes wrong, and it's not just me.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. Next one is going to be the Farm Gas Station. This is by Farmer MV. This is going to be 0.78 megabytes to download. Price tag is $3,000. I mean, if you just want a purchase point for your fuel, yeah. I mean, it'd be a pass for me, but.
So, a megabyte to install, not bad. $3,000 to purchase, again, not bad. I mean, I think it's pretty solid. I love the kind of look for it. The fact that it's got the kind of concrete barrier around it is really sharp. I like that. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a buy point for fuel, and yeah, I would install this absolutely.
So your next one is going to be the Silage Additive Pack. This is by Tithe Saturn, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's going to be a 1.58 megabytes to download. You so you have an IBC container with silage additive, but it's a price tag of $5,000. And then you have the pump for silage additive, which also has a price tag of $5,000. This is a pass for me, honestly, because the pump is super expensive.
Like per liter, or are you talking?
Yeah.
So this one I liked because small megabyte, 2 megabytes to install. I'm not even really that concerned about the pump itself, but what I do like specifically is that ICB tank thing that comes with 5,000 liters for $5,000. So you're talking $1,000 per 1,000 liters. That's fantastic. That's a really, really good price. And considering that base game, you get 60 liters for $2,990. That's insane, the amount of savings. Yeah, you're spending an extra $2,000 for the silage additive pack for that ICB container, but you're getting thousands more than you're getting 4,940 liters more than you would the other one. The price ratio is not even close. Absolutely install this. If you do any sort of grass work and you need silage additive, this is a good alternative.
Oh man, it is 100%. Let's see here. Next one is Large Mountain House. This is by JM Gaming. And I'm just going to point this out right now. 3.1 star rating by 36 people. It deserves this rating. This is 25.64 megabytes to download. Price tag is $250,000. It deserves that rating. I mean, it looks like you can go inside the house, right? But you can't.
It looks amazing. It looks really, really good. 26 megabytes, though, that's a lot, especially if you can't go inside, but it's very highly detailed. It does look like you can go inside, at all the windows. It just looks legit. 250,000 to purchase. It's super expensive. It's super high in the downloads. Yeah, it would be a pass for me. I'm not going to go as far as saying, that it's deserved, but I'm definitely not going to say 1.3 territory either. So, all in all, I think it's a nice looking model, nice looking mod. But yeah, no, it'd be a pass for me.
My biggest problem though is that because it looks like you can go inside, but you can't.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Let's see here. Bobby Welch. Hello. I finally got the FS25. Nice.
Bobby.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be Red Brick House. This is by JM Gaming. This is going to be 18.41 megabytes to download. Price tag is $50,000. This is a pass for me. It looks phenomenal, but pass for me.
I agree. Looks really, really good. 19 megabytes to install, which is a little bit high for the small house, but the brickwork is amazing. It looks great. Just the whole model itself just looks really sharp. 50 grand to buy. I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, again, it would probably be a pass for me. Now, I do want to catch up with the chat just really fast there, Will, because I saw one that made me chuckle.
Uh-huh.
Ken.
I think I know what
Ken says, did Klaus visit WillT? Oh, Klaus visited WillT.
Oh, get out of here. Klaus, get out of here.
And that's it.
Let's see here. Bobby says, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing all right. You?
Doing fantastic, Bobby.
Let's see here. Next one's going to be Billboards. This is by AW Modding, Stoneway Design, and ABP Team. It's going to be 1.88 megabytes to download, and your price tag for each one is $500. I mean, these are super, super nice. My only problem, though, is that when you're super up close, they are so blurry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, yeah, 2 megabytes to install, and it's one of those where $500 to buy. It's nice. It's cool if you want some like decoration stuff around the map that you want to just kind of have something that's static in there. Yeah, all in all, though, probably just be a pass for me because just not a decoration that I'd really be kind of interested in putting in.
Right. Let's see here. Oh, the next one's gonna be an update. This is the Horse Aggravation by Giant Software.
Mm.
Let's see, 650.15 megabytes to download. You have changelog 1.1.
Do I need to groan harder?
Yeah, added dynamic billards, um, fixed missing textures, fixed road intersections outside the map not being visible, fixed terrain issues at the farm and underneath parked cars, fixed gates blocking access to NPC locations, improved AI go-to behavior, improved collisions on various objects, improved railroad crossings, removed objects below the map, removed some parked cars in undesired locations.
I mean, yeah, that's great that they fixed it. But it is the map. So,
Well, all right, move on. Um,
I really wish that I could do the Sideshow Bob grumble from back in the day from Simpsons when he stepped on the series of rakes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen The Simpsons.
Oh, Will. You disappoint me, bud. Disappoint me.
Dude, I grew up in a very religious household.
Okay, I could buy that.
Um,
So to give you kind of a quick rundown, Sideshow Bob was a character who absolutely hated the main antagonist in the show, Bart Simpson. He was the child of the family. He was the eldest son. He hated him. And there was a episode in particular where he's trying to end Bart, and Sideshow Bob, because he was always like the slapsticky kind of, character before he became psychopath. And he was trying to get to a point where he was trying to get into Bart. And eventually he gets encircled by like a dozen or so rakes. He'd walk in one direction, step on a rake, smack him in the face, and he'd make this grumble like, hey, hey. And he would turn around, walk away, run into the next rake, make the sound again. Turn around, hit the next, like, just keep bopping back and forth, back and forth. And it was going on like that for like a solid minute in real time. And yeah, I wish I could do the grumble in real time for this map. Moving on.
so your next one is going to be the Volvo F16 Globetrotter. This is also by Giant Software. This is going to be 26.60 megabytes to download. You have price range between $102,500 to $120,250. You have horsepower ranges between 470 and 500. This was a pass for me.
Pass.
Now, I do want to say one thing before we continue. I'm getting tired, and I hope this video gets out so far. I'm getting tired of everyone yelling at Giants. All this should have been base game. All they should have added this base game. Why are we getting these as mods? Giants do what they do on purpose. It's not to irritate anybody. It's because all these mods that they're dropping with couldn't make it into the base game. And they're not going to constantly update the game daily or even monthly just to add these in. So they just put them as mods. So, if you don't like it, don't install it. Simple as that. End of story. Yeah, I sent you the link for that one, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yep, I remember.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. I'm just going to call it the K300R by Giant Software.
Is that
This is.
Katzenruther?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's just a sheer guess.
This will be 43.52 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $310,000, and you have a horsepower of 301. This is a pass.
Pass.
I mean, if people really like logging, like go for it. But
it's
not
just
for that high megabyte.
For me, again, it's all about the megabytes. It's all about the size, and 44 megabytes for a tractor that has 300 horsepower and is $310,000. It's just, yeah, not worth it. Pass.
Right. So your next one is going to be the McCormick X7 VT drive. This is also by Giant Software. This is going to be 11.44 megabytes to download. You have a price range between $170,500 to $195,500. You have a power ranges between 190 and 240. This would be a pass for me, only because I just don't really use McCormick.
See, this one, I like this one. I like this one a lot, actually. I mean, 12 megabytes to install, so it's not that bad on the file size. And yeah, I mean, the closest thing we got for this one, McCormick brand, we've got the X8 base game. This is the one model below, the X7. So that's really nice. And it's all within the criteria I look for. The X8 has a power range of 264 to 310. This is 190 to 240. So it's a nice little medium-sized tractor, the smaller of the medium sizes. And the price is not bad either. 170,000, for base price versus 195 for the higher price. Yeah, I like it. I like this, and yeah, would definitely install this.
Next one is going to be the Agrio Giant. This is also by Giant's Software. 34.99 megabytes to download. Price tag $165,000. Working widths is between 27 and 36 meters. Capacity is 13,500 liters. I mean, I installed this.
This is a pass. 35 megabytes to install. 165,000 to buy. It's expensive. It's really high in the megabytes. And looking at a close comparable, we've got I don't know. Let's see. Probably be the Hardy. 13. No. I mean, yeah, the closest comparable. We really don't have a good close comparable base game, but about the closest is going to be the Amazon UX5201 Super at 79,500 to purchase, working with between 30 and 40 meters, 5,200 liter capacity. So $165,000. That's huge. You're already basically doubling the base price already. 27 meters to 36 meters. I mean, the Amazon does 30 to 40. So that right there is already better, number one. The capacity, 13,500. It's a huge capacity compared to the Amazon. The Amazon has 5,200, so it's nearly 3x the capacity as the Amazon. But it's not worth the $165,000, and it's not worth the 35 megabytes to install.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the CNH Square Balers Pack. This is also by Giant Software. This will be 23.39 megabytes to download. You have a price tag. This is for both. Price tag of $167,500. Required horsepower is 230. I installed this. I like them.
So,
the case, not the New Holland.
So this one's not bad. I mean, 25 megabytes to install, so the size is acceptable in my opinion. $167,500. It's a little bit more expensive than the base K brand SB1290 ID at $164,000. So you're talking $3,500 more, and you can have either a case or a New Holland. That's not too bad. All in all, yeah, I think this is nice, and I would install.
So the next one is the Cokerling Vectors 570, also by Giant Software. This is going to be 14.42 megabytes to download. You have price ranges between $51,500 to $71,500. Working widths between 5.7 and 8 meters. This is a pass for me.
So this one here, 15 megabytes to install, 51,500 to 71,500, depending on ranges. 5.7 is the small, 8 is the big. Closest thing we have base game comparable is the Treffler TGA 560, and that is 5.6 meters. The mod here is 5.7 meters, so the mod is 1 meter bigger. Okay, nice. But this is where it goes off the rails. $36,000 for the Treffler. This is $51,500, so 1 meter bigger for an extra $15,500. No, hard pass.
Right. Let's see here. Next one is going to be for the Vermeer BPX 9010 by Giant Software. This is going to be 7.12 megabytes to download. Price tag $29,500. Love this. I installed it.
I installed it too. Mainly so we had a kind of diversity with our straw blowers. Because we really don't get a whole lot of those. I think we only got one base game. No, maybe two. Yeah, we got two. No, yes, two. Got the K brand and we got the Elmers. So having the Vermeer, it's a nice little addition to it, and it's cheaper than the base game ones. So the base price of this is $29,500. The Elmers, which is the cheaper of the two, is $32,000. So you're going to save an extra, $2,500. For that. So all in all, I like it. I think it's a really good alternative, and it's just got that cool little loading mechanism that some of the other ones just don't have. Very similar to the Elmers, but yeah, I just like it. So I installed it. It's worth it.
Right. All right, let's see here. Next one, we got Settlers by Setcom Simulators. This is going to be 275.50 megabytes to download. I like this map.
I love this one. Absolutely love this one. And I made a joke in the middle of my map tour. This is Hutan Pantai before Hutan Pantai was Hutan Pantai. Yeah, that's right. Say that 20 times fast. No, so this is literally Hutan Pantai. For those who have not seen this, so what this is it's based on the original Hutan Pantai map before they kind of settled and finalized all the things that Hutan Pantai is today. And you can see here in the screenshots, the entire layout is eerily identical. It's got multiple different farms on, I think 8 in total. Down here in the southeast, you've got the main city, and it's all designed the same as the current Hutan Pantai. But there's just so many things about it that's different. That's so radically different. There's fields, there's trees, there's all these different things. In my opinion, it's better than Hutan Pantai.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that might be a hot take to some, but I think this is by far and away a better map than Hutan Pantai. So those who disagree with me, sorry, not sorry.
I mean, for a map, it's got 4-star rating by 244. That's pretty good for a map.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm shocked that it's only 4 stars. I give this a solid 5 out of 5, all day and night. Like I said, if it wasn't specifically for it's supposed to be like the previous iterations of Hutan Pantai, then I would have been like, oh, this is like... Well, I'll put it to you this way. If it didn't specifically say that it was the original version or the based off the original version, I probably would have been a little bit more harsh in my criticism because it was so eerily close to Hutan Pantai. I've been like, okay, this is just Hutan Pantai with the reskin kind of thing. But no, solid, absolutely solid. Love this map. 5 out of 5. Go check it out.
Oh, yeah. Next one is going to be Massey Ferguson 4000 series by EY Modding. This is going to be 16.74 megabytes to download. You have a price tag between $140,000 and a horsepower of 225. I like this.
I like this a lot. I installed this one. And the reason I like it is, one, I love the old-timey tractors. I love this one because, number one, you can get a 370 horsepower tractor for $220,000. That's ridiculously cheap. 375 horsepower, you're talking, that's the upper of the middle or upper of the medium-sized tractors. That's really... no, actually, I'm wrong. It's about we've got, oh, here we go, about the same range as the Case IH Puma, or no, I'm sorry, Magnum, the Magnum AFS Connect series. $351,000 to buy that. $351,000. You can get the same horsepower range with the tuned-up engine for $220,000. So you're saving, what is that? $220,000. You're $131,000 by getting this little guy. I mean, that's amazing. That's awesome. And yeah, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but it's the articulating and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I love this thing. And it's got a few little styles and things. You can get defenders and stuff like that. You can get different exhaust types and tow bars and three-point links and all that stuff. I like it. I think it's solid. Go check it out. It's a good one.
Yeah. Next one is going to be the Farmall 1206 by EY Modding. This is going to be 15.06 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $30,000. Horsepower that goes from 900 to 300. I absolutely love this mod.
Wait, what'd you say it went from 900 to 300?
Went from 95 to 300.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, this is, again, another real good one. 15 megabytes to install, 16, on the high end is how I should have said it. $30,000 and, 95 horsepower, and it just looks great. It's a solid mod. Love the old-timey tractors. It looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yo, do you know what would go really good with that? That Vermeer rake that we got in FS22.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come back. Waiting for that to come back. Next one is going to be the Zader 3011 Major. This is by I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Wisnia Games?
Yeah, thank you. 239. This is going to be 41.27 megabytes to download.
Solid pass. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's very highly detailed, and you get tons and tons and tons of options on this. You can see this little screenshot right here. You got the open cab. You got the semi-open cab. You got the closed cab. You got the forestry guard on there. You can open up the hood and the doors and all that stuff. To me, that doesn't matter. All that stuff does not matter. Like the cabins and stuff like that, cabin configurations, okay, fine. 42 megabytes to install this for a 35 horsepower tractor. Not worth it for me at all.
Right. Let's see here. Next one is going to be the John Deere A. This is by EY Modding. This will be 7.88 megabytes to download. Price tag of $12,000. Horsepower 34. Love it. Love this, and it sounds amazing.
How many times did you install this?
How many?
How many times? I'm expecting at least a dozen.
Well, I had this in FS22. I have it on my console in FS25.
No. I'm just saying in FS25, you install it about 30 times, 40 times? Like oh, John Deere, yes, boom. Oh yes, John Deere in old school, yes, 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 yes. You're just sitting there tapping the button like a lab rat on amphetamine, like.
No, I was just like, I was just super, super. Yeah, I watched Mr. Sealy P's video on this, and as soon as he started up, he started driving around. All you hear is the tractor, and then all of a sudden, all you hear is Mr. Sealy P say, "Oh, oh, oh."
I when he gets excited, that's like the cue of okay, now we got to pay attention.
Right.
There's
The
there's
tractor
few things
sounds
that get
phenomenal.
him going like that, and yeah, it's audible when he's excited, and I just love it.
Yeah, I mean this John Deere looks phenomenal. It sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, so 8 megabytes to install, 34 horsepower. If you're looking for a small tractor, 12 grand to buy, this is a good option. Great model, great mod. It would be a pass for me because, again, I'm not going to use a ton of really, really small tractors like this. It's going to be very use case scenarios kind of thing. Maybe for like a start from scratch and, wanting to buy cheap and start small kind of thing. But yeah, for the most part, unless those certain scenarios play out, this is going to be a pass.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the International Farmhaul H. This is also by eBay Modding. It's going to be 9.58 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $12,000. Horsepower range between 26 and 30. Love it. Love this mod.
Same. I think it looks fantastic. It's a beautiful mod. But again, just like I said with the previous one, it's 30 horsepower, 12 grand. It's very small, very gonna have very specific use case scenarios. So it would be a pass, but only because, again, unless those specific scenarios kind of, pop out, it's just not going to be big enough, strong enough to be able to maintain a solid farm.
See, I see now. Now, if we had like a New Holland roll bar rake or like a John Deere like pull behind baler that like flings the bales into like a wagon, it'd be perfect. But I usually put these like at like the very beginning of my farm when you first pull in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Next one is gonna be bale trailer. This is by Quarty PL and Patologia. This is going to be 3.43 megabytes to download. Price tag $5,000. This is a pass for me.
Yeah, same. I mean, 4 megabytes to install, 5 grand. It's not bad. It's a solid little trailer. But yeah, it's a little trailer. So probably would end up skipping over this one.
Your next one is going to be the Brussels and Lade Gripper Bucket SL50. This is by Rick Black Label TWD Modding. This is 5.30 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $2,400. This is a pass for me.
Yeah, same here. 6 megabytes to install, $2,400 to buy. Front loader tools. I mean, we've got buckets that do this same kind of functionality, so this would just be a pass.
So your next one is going to be Cafe. This is by The Lort. This is going to be 27.97 megabytes to download. You have the cafe itself, like the production. This is going to have a price tag of $26,000. Capacity is 50,000 to 100,000 liters. And then you have the cafe without decoration, also factories, which is going to cost you $25,000. Exact same thing. This is a hard pass for me, though.
So 28 megabytes to install. You got $26,000 to buy. It's one of those where I can see where they're coming from on this, but like you said, it's going to be a pass for me. The size of the megabytes is too high for me. And when you've got basically, a bakery that can do the same thing, yeah, it's just going to be a pass.
Oh. That's cool. No, I was just counting. Sorry.
Gotcha.
No, I had to figure out when to take my next pill. So the next one is going to be the Metal Garage. This is by ICUS. This is going to be 4.79 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $60,000. I absolutely love this shed.
Yeah, for sure. 5 megabytes to install, 60 grand to buy. It's solid. Just like everything we said earlier tonight with ICUS, solid. So I would install, would recommend. Yeah.
See, I use this as like my feeding building because I can park, I can park my feeding wagons and stuff like that in here. And then the drive-through part in the back, because there's, a door on this side, door on the other side. I actually have the fermenting silos, the pipes inside. So I can just drive right through and get it.
Oh, nice.
Let's see your next one. Next one is going to be Metal Garage. This is by ICUS. This is going to be 6.44 megabytes to download. Price tag of $60,000. Love it.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, and he's got, I think, 4 or 5 more in testing right now.
Oh, wow.
Let's see here. Here we go. Next one is going to be Michigan Map. This is by Taylor Farms and Salty Shorty. It's going to be 456.58 megabytes to download. I like this.
This is the best Michigan map that we have to date. It's solid. It's very, very solid. But there's one feature on this thing I do not understand. I don't understand it, and I explicitly used it in my map tour when this came out last week. And it's specifically down in the southwest corner of the map. It's a jump, like a actual dirt ramp. And you can see it. It's right here in this portion of the map with a giant kind of runway leading to it. I don't know why it's there. It's there. And yeah, I had to use it. I just had to. But
DJ loves it.
What's that?
I said DJ loves it.
Of course, DJ Go Ham loves it. But no, it's a solid map. I mean, at the end of the day, I think this is the best example of the Michigan maps that we have. And yeah, solid. I would recommend it.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be the Case CX35 or 350D. This is by Kenny 456. It's going to be 31.95 megabytes to download. This is a pass for me.
So, pass for me as well, but the size of it, it's a bit much. But it was a very, very hard thing to pass on. I'll be perfectly honest. For those who have been following the channel for a while, knows that my father was a heavy-duty equipment mechanic, and the company that he worked for when I was growing up used exclusively Case products, and this is exactly what I was used to seeing growing up when I would go to the job sites with him. So yeah, when I saw this come out, it's like, oh, I want it, but I just can't get around the size. I can't get around the nicheness that is the excavator tools in game. So yeah, I kind of passed over it.
Right. So your next one is going to be the JCB 220X excavator. This is by Rawson Mods. This is going to be 43.35 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $190,000. This is a pass for me.
Same. Yep, the size is 44 megabytes, way too large for what we're getting here. And again, very specific use case scenarios.
So your next one is going to be the Russell Mash RSM 161 pack. This is by Weekend Farmers. This is going to be 30.71 megabytes to download. So for the harvester itself, the Russell Mash 161, the price tag of $289,000. You have a horsepower of 380. Capacity is 10,500 liters. And then you have the Draper Stream 900. You have the price tag of $53,500. Working with 9 meters. This is a pass for me.
So 31 megabytes to install. It's up there, but not horrendous. This closest comparable would be the Fendt 5275 CSL. It's not a true fair comparison, but it's the closest we got. The capacity of the Fendt is 8,600 liters. This is 10,500 liters. The horsepower for the Fendt is 306. This is 380. So it's already bigger, more powerful. Now the price, the Fendt $265,000. This is $289,000. So for an extra, what is that? 14 grand? No, 14, 24 grand? Yeah, 24 grand. You get a bigger, more powerful, and bigger capacity harvester. So at the end of the day, it's one of those that I would probably end up passing on just because of the megabyte size, and just going with either the Fendt or the Case base game.
Let's see, your next one is going to be the Lizard TRA 500. This is by AgriBusiness. 13.46 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $13,000 and a horsepower of 145. I do like this.
This is a pass for me. 14 megabytes to install, and it's a quad. I mean, it's such a specific use case that I just can't get by that.
Let's see. Your next one is going to be the Madara Agro Cultivator Pack. This is by EED123. The 36.04 megabytes to download. This is a pass for me.
Yeah, so 37 megabytes to install for cultivators. It's, a hard pass. It's because it's a pack. You figure each one of these, if they were put in separately, is going to roughly be about, maybe 12, 12-ish megabytes to install. So yeah, the pack kind of drives it up, but at the same time, it's cultivators, and we've got plenty of examples of cultivators, so this would be a pass for me.
So your next one is going to be the Flegel TMK 373. This is by Patrick. This is going to be 12.61 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $65,000, capacity of 45,000 liters, and the horsepower requirement is 240. This is a pass for me.
So the closest thing we have base game is going to be the Krone GX520, a capacity of 52,000 liters, and a price tag of $132,500. So right now, as it stands, $65,000. It's about half the price, right off the bat. That's really good. 45,000 liters compared to 52,000 liters. So it's not that much smaller compared to the Krone. And the horsepower required, 200, wait a minute. Yeah, no, never mind. 240 horsepower, which, that's odd. Why is it saying it needs a horsepower if it's just a trailer?
I don't know.
That's odd. But anyways, because I'm not aware of any other trailer that requires a horsepower. So, I mean, all in all, for 13 megabytes, it's not bad. It's really not bad at all. Now, it is over the $1,000 per 1,000 liters, but it is one of those that kind of falls in between, other trailers, but it's significantly cheaper than the base game Krone and a much better ratio in that regard. So, all in all, I would install this. I'd be okay with it.
Let's see. Next one is going to be the Karcher HDC 27/34 trailer crossplay. This is by GTX. This will be 3.45 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $8,400. Basically, it's just a portable car wash. Pressure washer. Does it pass for me, though?
Yeah, I mean, 4 megabytes to install for a pressure washer, it's not really worth it for me. We got base game pressure washers that I don't need to necessarily have to hook them up to any other bits of equipment for any particular reason. So for this one, definitely a pass.
So next one is going to be the Lizard Tow Trailer 3. This is by Kazdan18. This is going to be 6.87 megabytes to download. Price tag of $9,000. This is a pass for me.
Same, 7 megabytes to install and $9,000 to buy. And that picture there is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. You got the massive Case Steiger on this itty bitty trailer. I think that is ridiculous and funny, but just not worth it in my opinion. These kind of flat deck trailers are just what they are, and nah.
Right. So your next one is going to be Hand Spreader. This is by Andy Modding. This is going to be 2.97 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $200, and you have working width of 2.4 meters. Then you have either 40 liters to 100 liters. This is a pass for me.
Hard pass. Again, this falls into the hand mower that we had earlier, or the push mower. It's just one of those that it's just not worth what it is to me. To me, it's not worth what it is that it's bringing to the table. And something that just spreads to 2.4 meters and has 100 liters, it's just going to be, not worth it.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Your next one would be the Telehandler Pallet Fork. This is by Mac Trucker 921. This is going to be 1.59 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $2,500. This is a pass for me.
I love this. I love this mod. 2 megabytes to install, not that intrusive, and you get a pallet fork with straps. I mean, I've seen it many times where people will strap things down to their pallets, to the pallet forks all the time. So it's one of those that this is not a mod to me that seems out of the realm of possibility. And yeah, because of that, I like it. It has the ability to stabilize our loads. All in all, good times. I like it.
So your next one is going to be Telehandler Shuffle. This is by Nazab82. This is going to be 0.24 megabytes to download. Price tag of $2,200. You have capacity of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, or 6,000. Just a pass for me.
Same. Less than a megabyte to install, but it's just one of those that, at the end of the day, not really worth the squeeze.
Next one is going to be Lift Wood. This is by AgriBusiness. This is going to be 1.31 megabytes to download. Price tag of $600. I mean, I passed on this. It's a very interesting mod, but I did pass on it.
I love this one. For less than 2 megabytes to install, and you have the ability to basically use a strap system to pick up your logs. And yeah, it's a nice little alternative than having to use the grapples or having to use all the various little things that you can lug logs around with. Doing a quick connect, and potentially, depending on how good the straps are, you can get several logs in one load, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, all in all, I think this is a solid one. I like it. So definitely would recommend, definitely would install, definitely did install.
So your next one is going to be Safety Weight 1000. This is by Smetty. This is going to be 1.56 megabytes to download. You do have a price tag of $3,800. Again, it's a weight. I pass.
Well, you know what? Go back to the previous weights discussion that we had where I inserted fancy, and in this one, insert extra fancy.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Even better, branded fancy. There we go.
There you go. All right, moving on. Next one is going to be Olives plus Olive Picker. This is by Raleigh Christie 1 VR Modding Sir. This is going to be 17.36 megabytes to download. This is a pass for me.
So this one I really like in theory. 18 megabytes to install. You get various bits of equipment in order to do a new method of olive picking. Now, the reason that I would pass on this is not because of it being olives or anything like that. Again, I like this in theory, but what drives me up a wall is that just like it did in 22, it doesn't work. Now, when I say it doesn't work, I don't literally mean, oh, it's broken, it's not picking up anything. No. I don't mean that. It's that when you take your bit of equipment and you bring it up to the tree, like you can see here in this screenshot, you have to come at it at such a very specific angle with a very specific trajectory with a very specific, like all these different like factors. Like you almost need to know like the most advanced levels of math in order to understand where it is to grapple this tree when it's ready to harvest. And once you get it on there, you push the X button or the square button on PlayStation, and it starts rattling back and forth, and it's supposed to just sit there and shake the olives off the tree. It's a cool little in concept, but it just doesn't always work, and you have to sit there and make all these fine-tuned adjustments and tweak and turn and lift and pull and up is down, down is up, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. It's a little bit much, but okay. Let's see here. So the next one is going to be the Dynamic Crushable Rocks Pack. This is by Squizzle. This is going to be 17.63 megabytes to download. This is interesting.
So this one here, I like it again in theory. I just wish it wasn't what it was. Essentially, all this is a giant stone, like a picture of a stone, but in reality, think of it as like what 82 Studios did with the Global Goods palette. It's just a palette that's loaded with stones and in the shape of a giant boulder. So you can just hold it over a trailer and it's just going to dump into the trailer kind of thing. The contents of which is contained within the pallet or within the stone itself is then transferred out into stones for you to utilize like base game kind of thing. So it's one of those, like, I wish that we could like use the rock crusher and destroy it. I wish we could like do something along those lines rather than it just being a fancy a palette is essentially what it is.
Right. Let's see here. Next one is going to be additional fill types. This is by Weasel. This is going to be 24.95 megabytes to download. This is a pass for me.
Yeah, same here. 25 megabytes to install, additional fill types. Like, you're basically getting all these kind of different, like, stones and gravels and all this different stuff. Like, you get limestone, gravel, construction gravel, crushed stones, tumbled stones, sand, coal, soil, topsoil, dirt, organic waste, compost, charcoal. All these different, like, things, and it's just it's just not really worth it unless you're doing like a lot of like mining, quote unquote, and things like that. It's just not worth it in the end, and especially exactly. for the size of the file, 25 megabytes to install. That's a big chunk of space for just additional rock types.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Next one is going to be Tool Shed Large. This is by Canary 317. This is going to be 4.86 megabytes to download. Do a price tag of $5,000. This shed, I texted BDD this. This shed is 56 slots.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's 5 megabytes to install. It's really small. But the slots, those slots though, holy smokes. And it's, look, highly, 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 highly detailed. It's gorgeous, this model. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see every single slot that this thing is utilizing based on, these photos and everything. It's amazing. But not that many slots amazing. So it would be a pretty hard pass for me.
Oh yeah. I second that one. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I found out what the slot was, I texted BDD.
Yeah.
I was like, this is this much. And, so your next one is Pack of Greenhouses. This is by Bar T. This is going to be 21.26 megabytes to download. This is a hard pass for me.
Yeah, so I mean, 22 megabytes to install, that's quite a bit for, basically 4 greenhouse types. But I mean, they are pretty decent looking. They've got the tunneling and the foils and all that stuff. I do like it. It is solid, but is it worth 22 megabytes to have just the different models when we have greenhouses that'll basically do the same thing with just a different look? So I personally don't. What's that? Omatana?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's the other thing is, the base game greenhouses that we have are already like covered kind of thing. So this is just literally a different model. If you like the model, then hey, more power to you. Install it and be good to go. Me personally, I'm just gonna skip it.
Let's see here. Next one is going to be Manure Basin. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy. This is going to be 4.36 megabytes to download. You have a price tag of $12,500. Capacity is 450,000 liters. This is a pass for me. Because the one that doesn't have a fence around it, if you don't put it like on a place it down in a certain way, like it will literally float.
Oh, really?
And for me, when it comes down to like slurry pits, like I like it when they have a fill plane, so you can actually see it filling up. So this would be a pass for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. 5 megabytes to install, 12,500 to purchase, and a 450,000 liter capacity. I mean, the capacity is nice, the price is nice, the megabytes is nice, but like you mentioned, there's some issues, quote unquote, with it, and not really worth it at this point in time, and especially when you take into consideration the whole fill plane issue, which I agree with. Yeah, this would be a pass.
All right, next one's gonna be the American Midwest Truck Shop. This is by ICUS. This is gonna be 10.70 megabytes to download. Price tag is $150,000. This, I love this mod, and I'm gonna tell you what though. How can ICUS make such beautiful buildings, have them under 20 slots, and have them under 10 megabytes?
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Copy and paste everything I said before for ICUS, but yeah, it's nuts. It's insane how he's able to do so much with so little.
And I can't wait for Elma to drop because it's going to be nothing but ICUS shits. ICUS and Patty. Let's see here. Next one is going to be L-Shaped Barn. This is by VN 11.0. It's going to be 44.40 megabytes to download. So your first one is going to be $78,050, and your other one is going to be $37,050. This is a hard pass.
Same. 45 megabytes to install, and you're talking 78,000 on the high end and 38,000 on the low end. Yeah, I mean, high megabyte size and high prices, nah, not so much. It's a nice looking model. It's got nice little brickwork and all that. And yeah, I think it looks solid. Definitely can justify where that megabyte is coming from, but just for me, not so much.
So your next one is going to be Gatehouse. This is us. This is by Raider. This is like Raiders week.
Yeah, right?
um, it's going to be 5.62 megabytes to download. Price tag $250. This is a solid pass for me.
Same.
Let's see. Your next one is going to be Old Machinery Shed. This is by Betnoy Lucas. This is going to be 11.02 megabytes to download. Price tag is $17,000. Just a shed. I mean, I personally would pass on this.
Same.
It looks phenomenal, though.
Yeah. Yep. 100% agree, but just a shed.
Be like Icus. Next one is going to be Hay and Silage Production by Biggins. This is going to be 11.54 megabytes to download. Price tag $53,000. And so your production recipes, you have 150 grass to 150 hay. These are all 200 cycles per month. Then you have 150 grass to 150 silage and 150 chaff to 150 silage. 1-to-1. Love it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. 12 megabytes to install, 53,000 to purchase. It's not that bad whatsoever, and you got some pretty basic recipes. I mean, grass to hay, chaff to silage, grass to silage. All in all, I like it. It's a solid mod. It does the trick.
Yeah. Next one is going to be PGR Office. This is also by Raider. This is going to be 13.66 megabytes to download. Price tag is $55,000. This would be a solid pass.
Yeah, just like a lot of the stuff from Raider Tonight, highly detailed, highly decorated. They're amazing looking models, but it's just it's just not something that's gonna really be on my radar. So, like you said, I'm right there with you. I'd pass.
Next one's going to be Diesel Tank. This is also by Raider. This is going to be a 9.69 megabytes to download. We have a price tag of $8,000. Capacity 8,000 liters. I'd pass on this one, honestly.
I mean, again, this one I actually wouldn't necessarily pass outright like the previous ones that we've been doing. 10 megabytes to install, $8,000. It's not that high in the size, not that high in the price. And I mean, it just, again, it looks really, really good. But this one I would say is within the, parameters of, I would go ahead and install this.
Let's see. Your next one is going to be Old Polish Garage by Mike U77. This is going to be 21.38 megabytes to download. Price tag $35,000. It looks absolutely phenomenal, but this would be a hard pass.
Yeah, same here. 22 megabytes to install, 35 grand. I mean, the size is a bit much, but you can see where that's coming from. Look at all that dirty, like dirt decoration and all that stuff. But again, it just kind of has that kind of look to it that is going to limit it to where it can be used. So yeah, pass.
And the last mod, Old Weight Station by Raider. This is going to be 16.06 megabytes to download. Price tag $8,000. Again, solid pass. I mean, you can go inside of it. I mean, that's a plus, but it's still just a weighing station.
Yeah, same here. Solid pass. Way station. It's nice that you can go in, but it's a way station, so pass.
Now, how you feel, man? Now, did you want to go over the news, or are you gonna be headed to bed?
Oh, it is 1:00 in the morning, and I've got to get to scurrying off. But
All right. Just real quickly though, for anyone who's wondering, because we are not going to be going over the news today, if you guys want to, just make sure that you pop over to my Facebook page, um, and you will be able to stay up to date with everything. That's over here. Um, I share everything that I can that I come across. So then I also post all the mods and everything on there daily. So like I said, if you want to keep up and you want to know anything, just pop over here. That's basically about it. There wasn't really that much news though. Not really enough. The only thing I do want to go over is just this one thing real quick.
yeah, go for it.
So this I posted on March 26th, which was on Wednesday. So this was posted by Marcel. So the currently estimated waiting times for newly submitted mods 17 work days. For submitted mod updates 2 work days. For failed and resubmitted mods 2 work days. So they are getting down there, just very, very slowly. So yeah, like I said, there wasn't very much. Oh yeah, plus today marks 1 year anniversary on the 24th for my Facebook page.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, definitely go check out WillTGaming's Facebook, because if you're wanting to keep up to date with all sorts of different stuff going on in the world of Farm Sim, it's the number one place to keep up to date with it. I use it a ton to kind of keep up with what's coming up and what's going on, kind of stuff. And Will, he reaches out to me all the time, lets me know all sorts of different stuff as well. So yeah, no, go check it out. It's very, very informative.
So, well, I mean, I'm probably gonna be calling it here, and I think BDD as well.
Yeah. Let me catch up with the chat just real quick, and then I'll go ahead and do my little sign off. But let's see. I think I left off with Ken says, "Do you think someone will make writable billboards for FS25?" Ooh, I guess anything's possible. Will, what do you think?
I think it would be very hard to do for console. I know because I've read the comments already, and I know someone said it's already on PC, and it is on PC. I think the only way that they would be able to do that is if like they came out with the mod from FS22. You know how they took like the license plate and then put it
Yep.
on there. I think that would be the only way that they'd be able to do it. The only way.
Okay. And Joseph, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, already have for PC on Itch.io. Okay. And then Ken says, let's see. It's a good John Deere mod when Mr. Seeley P has a verbal groan over it. Yeah, exactly. Anytime you can see like that kind of kid in a candy shop expression come over him, yeah, it's it's going to be a good one. It's going to be solid at that point. So yeah, looks like I am all caught up. And yeah, do you want to say anything else before we start signing off?
There's a couple things. First thing is, I want to thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Bobby said, "I like how the black cement truck and Silver Run ignores the stop signs." Yeah, well, every vehicle ignores the stop signs. But like I said, I want to thank you everyone for coming here and stopping and joining me. AgriBusiness has been phenomenal. We love doing it. It's definitely a fun thing doing on Sundays, and it allows for people who don't have who don't have the ways of trying to see what came out, or if people want to know more in depth what's going on. So that's another reason why we do it. Number two, and I'm only saying this for the love of myself, and for other people, stop harassing giants about fixing the game. Stop harassing them about putting stuff into the base game instead of mods. giants do things the way they do things. They don't work for you. So when something happens. And also be on a lookout because tomorrow's the 1st, April Fool's. Just be very wary because I shouldn't say wary, that's a horrible word. Just be on the lookout. Like I said, I'll post it if anything pops out, but they should be announcing their road to the farm here pretty soon for the update for Q2. So that's going to be another free content updates, another patch to the game, precision farming announcement and release, the Pack 2, performance on prairies and prairies. So the last thing I do want to say is go easy on the modders. They spend a lot of time and effort on making these mods. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have any mods. So, because I'm getting tired of hearing and seeing of people being so rude to modders, saying like, "Oh, your mod stinks," or "Why even bother make that mod? We have 1 million of those already." Or modders make what they want to make. So that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Show some modders some love. Like Will said, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the stuff that we have here in game. And they do this stuff for nothing. They don't do it for clout or glory or anything like that. They're putting it out there because it's something that they want to see and something that they want to have fun with. And oftentimes it's a I'm going to put this out for me because it's something I want to see, and hope that people can enjoy it after that. So just like I said, show them some love because they deserve it, because without them this game wouldn't be anywhere near what it is. So
Right.
At the end of the day, just spread some love.
And also, it's as simple. It comes down to this: if you don't like the mod, don't install it. Simple as that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Joseph says the customizable billboard already exists. Yes, but I think that's PC only, what Will was saying there. So I think Ken's more referring to all platforms.
Well, they do have a customizable billboard and FS22 for all platforms. Not in 25. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone watching and hanging out. If you haven't yet, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the bell so you're notified whenever I go live or post a video. Make sure you share the video. Other than that, I hope all you guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.
Absolutely. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, show us by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care. Will, I'll see you on the other side there, bud.
All right.